Howdy everyone, welcome back to Wobble Enjoy Sports. If you're new around here, hope I can get you to consider to like the content and subscribe to the channel. But if you're a regular around these here parts, thank you very much for the continuous support. Happy State of Origin, decided day. Dan, fuck you.
Fuck you too.
Oh, yes, yes, we're into the spirit. Yes, that is what it's all about. We're going to get stuck into each other and we're going to get stuck into the teams as well momentarily. But please, Dan, please, I'll show you a little bit more respect than that. Mate, how you doing? It is a pleasure to have you on, bro.
Mate, I'm amazing. Thanks so much. I had an absolute ball in Origin 2, hopefully very similar tonight, albeit with a different result. How you doing, mate? How you feeling? You look good. You look confident, I got to say.
Well, I'm wearing some maroon. You're wearing no blue whatsoever. So that I'm already up one. Oh, there's the blue bag of crisps. Oh, goodness gracious. I nearly lost to a cup a fortnight ago. I don't want to lose to a bag of chips. Now, let's go into the team lists now for the State of Origin decider. But quickly, the odds for this one, $1.40 for the Blues, $3 about the Maroons in the decider. That is very nice odds there if you're a Queenslander or choosing to barrack for Queensland this evening. But Dan, can you please take us through the starting lineups, please?
Absolutely. So for New South Wales, the home team, fullbacks Dylan Edwards. The wingers are Ryan Toto and Zach Lomax. In the centres, the all-star Stephen Crichton and Latrell Mitchell. In the halves, Jerome Luai, Nathan Cleary. Up front, starting with Max King. I thought they might change that. Payne Haas, obviously, his past fitness test. Reece Robson in at 9. Liam Martin, Angus Crichton will be the back rowers, with Isaiah Yeo obviously captaining and locking the scrum. On the bench, Connor Watson, Spencer Linu, Hudson Young, and Big Stefano. Jacob Kiraz is the 18th man. Hopefully we don't see him, with all due respect.
Oh, and then going into the Maroon side, Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow is in at fullback, pipping Reece Walsh, but overtaking Kalen Ponga as well, whose season is over, unfortunately, with a Liz Frank injury, if I'm not mistaken. Xavier Coates and Valentine Holmes are on the Stings. Robert Toya and Giamat Shibasaki are in the centres, the debutant there, Shibasaki. Cameron Munster and Tom Dearden are the halves, with Munster being the captain tonight. Josh Papali'i. Oh, welcome back to the arena, man. And you got Big Tino Fa'asuamaleaui also partnering him in the front row, with Harry Grant in at hooker. The back row, Cotter, Capewell, and Liero. The interchange, Kurt Mann, Lindsay Collins, Pat Carrigan, and Jeremiah Nene. Reece Walsh, however, is in jersey number 18. And much like yourself with Jacob Kiraz, hopefully we don't see him tonight. What are your thoughts on the New South Wales team list lineup, mate? Is that exactly how you would have gone, or would you have cut or edited a little bit?
Look, Stefano, drop off. Max King back to the bench, and I'm starting with Keon Kalamatangi because they've seemed to have marked Terrell May's papers, either of those two. Look, they named the team everyone thought they'd pick. The only potential change was Kiraz coming in for an injured Brian Toto. Look, I think those odds are a little bit skewed, as they are typically towards the home team in a decider. I do like look at Queensland, but New South Wales 1-7 will make tonight or define Nathan Cleary as a footballer, I believe. Big call. He's got 4 premierships in a row. He's yet to win an Origin decider. Tonight's the night that he either makes or breaks.
Yeah, he's also got to win a World Club Challenge as well, mate. But hopefully he doesn't do that sometime over the next 4 or 5 seasons. Hopefully not. And from a Queensland perspective, man, it's a fantastic decision to get Josh Papali'i back in. I think if the Raiders didn't have the bye this coming round in the NRL, I don't think Papali'i would have answered the call just quietly, but because they do, I think that's where he said, yeah, I've got a bit of time and a bit of space, 4 years as well, to come back in. Shibasaki is still a very dangerous selection by Billy Slater. I'm not taking anything away from Shibasaki's form from 2025. He is just about a top 5 centre, top 10 definitely, but maybe a top 5 centre based on form this year. He has been out of this world for the Brisbane Broncos. And then Hammer, he's got to be the most busiest he's ever been in his friggin' life today, Dan. Sometimes he can have his games where he's a little bit too lackadaisical, but tonight Hammer's not going to have any opportunity to have a breather, and he's got to go after the contest tonight. So I'm hoping that Hammer will be ready to rip and tear tonight out there at a core. And speaking of what's happening out there at a core, it looks like it's going to be a dry, dewy surface, as it usually does look like out there at a core. So it looks like the conditions are going to favour both teams tonight, Dan.
Yeah, I think so. It's been warm all day for those of us who live in Sydney. It's unseasonably warm, to be honest. I didn't even wear a jacket at lunch today. It's cooled off a fair bit since the sun's gone down, so I wouldn't be out there wearing this, and my heater's on. Sorry if you can hear it in the background, but it is cold. But in terms of State of Origin decider weather, it's pretty much perfect. So, I don't know who we got to thank, but thank you for that. I just want a game tonight that is just, mate, I'm going to say it. I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to ruin it for everyone. I want this decided by the players. I don't want anyone slipping over in the wet. I don't want referees. I don't want to be talking about anything tomorrow other than, gee, so-and-so was good for whichever team won.
Yeah, unfortunately, Ashley Klein has not been able to stay away from the headlines after both the Origins. And as you and I have discussed at length, that it was Blues' fault, especially in that first half in game number 2. So, yeah, there is a little bit of onus on the players as well. But, yeah, I hope, too, that Ashley Klein does put the whistle away for at least the first half. And then if things start to go awry in the second half, then blow that whistle. But in particularly the first half, man, put that away. Just go quickly into some of the comments in the chats. Mum's in the chat, g'day, go the Blues, she says. Jason Reeder says, go the Mighty Maroons. Jason Reeder's saying 26-18 Queensland. Yes, that's the ticket. That's it. So Marup Lucas asks how many minutes have gone. Hasn't even kicked off yet, mate. So just chill. Cool your jets there, bro. But speaking of tips and scorelines and all that, have you got a scoreline for us, mate? Obviously, you're tipping the Blues, but what do you reckon is going to happen in this contest? Who's going to run away with it?
I don't like the look of the odds. I just don't think Origin deciders end that way. I think the Blues win. I think Nathan Cleary scores a late try, puts a cap on it. I'll say 30-20. I just think that the New South Wales will be up by 4-6 and then score late as Queensland chase the game. So Blues 30-20.
I am going to tip Queensland, obviously, but I'm going to say that the Maroons win 22-20. And that's another talking point that we've got to get into, just as we see some of the players getting ready to jump out there at a call. But I'm going to go 22-20 for Queensland. I'm going to say that Harry Grant has his best Origin game this year. I think Harry Grant could be in for an absolute barnstormer tonight. Just quickly to the 60-plus odd people that are in the chat right now, thank you so much for coming in and saying good day. Please subscribe to Rugby League Outlaws and Wobble and Joy Sports by following the hyperlink in the name of the title. That's the other thing too, Dan. Who's goal kicking tonight, mate? We've got Zach Lomax, we've got Nathan Cleary, Latrell Mitchell and Stephen Crichton are both sharpshooters themselves, in particularly Stephen Crichton. If you were Laurie Daly, bro, based off of the first 2 Origin games, who are you giving the goal kicking duties to?
Zach Lomax, I think last year he kicked extremely well. He just had an awful night in Origin too. He kicked 6 from 6, as I knew he would for Parramatta. But if he misses the first one, okay, if it's on the sideline, if he misses the first 2, you go on to Latrell Mitchell, who, interestingly enough, had pictures taken as their Queensland are coming out now, had pictures taken at training, lining up kicks if you want to take the Queenslanders out here, mate. Cam Munster leads him out on the field. Really, really emotional night for Munster. I wish him all the best. He's superstar. Would have been an absolute shame if he missed tonight. So thoughts are with him and the family, of course, from the entire rugby league community. As the Blues are now lining up. Looks like a pretty hostile crowd out there at ANZ or a core or whatever they call it this week. Isaiah looking like he's going to lead him out. We'll just wait for Sam to drop back in. As I've taken over the stream. Sam. But yeah, I think Zach Lomax will kick better tonight. He couldn't kick any worse, let's be honest. It's just an off night. I've heard rumours that the balls are different. I don't think that matters. He kicked like 10 from 11 or whatever it was last series. So can't blame the balls. You just got to kick better. Here come the Blues, Isaiah Yeo leading them out. You can tell I'm a bit nervous. I don't usually get nervous about Origin games. The hands are moving. I'm going to put them down and do my best here, but hopefully Sam's back before kickoff. We got a few minutes. Of course, we got the ceremony to go beforehand. Listen to this roar for the mighty Blues as they come out. Oh, it's loud. Sounds like Metallica in the background. Oh, chills. I'll tell you what. If you're not, right now, then rugby league is not the game for you. Just does not get any better than this. Looks a massive crowd out there. Honestly, I work in the city, and there were Blues jumpers everywhere. Not a Queensland jumper to be seen. It was a thing of absolute beauty. Some check, see if Sam's trying to reach out. For those that have jumped in, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I actually can't see the comments or put them up. You'll have to wait for Sam, so I promise I'm not ignoring you. So here comes the anthem. Nothing from Sam. It's all good. I'll just... Again, okay, it turns out I can see the comments. I just can't put them up. I'm sorry. But a lot of Maroons fans in their house. I hope you all have horrible evenings. No, not really. I hope it's a really good game tonight. Hopefully the Blues win. I'm very selfish in that regard. Paul, right now we just got the welcome to country, mate. If you might be a little bit behind. If you're watching on 9 now, I believe it's 90 seconds delayed. I'm on 9. I'm not even on the HD channel. I might flip over. It's like 5 seconds delayed. Who cares? Monster crowd out there, honestly. Of course, stadium sucks when there's 7,000 to 8,000 people. When there's 60 plus, there's just nothing like it, honestly. Geez, Latrell looks keen. If there's one player I want on his game tonight, it's Latrell Mitchell. Big game player. This is what he's made for. Here comes the anthem. What a ripper. More Maroons fans joining us now. North of the Tweed tonight. How's the weather up there, guys? I hope it's raining. So I'm just going to reach out to Sam. Another Maroons fan. Can anyone in the comments, I can see him. Can you just let me know if you can see Sam at all or whether he's completely dropped off? So Cam Munce is getting very emotional, as you obviously expect.
Dan.
Hey, he's back.
Mate, the whole street just had a blackout, bro. Oh, dude. So we're all good. We're back up and running. So you've been live this entire time. I can see that you've been live this entire time now. Oh, dearing me, everyone.
Welcome back, mate. I used to be talking to myself, mate.
Yeah, mate. Thank you very much for anchoring the program, I guess, mate. But no, dude, did you see like me just black out, bro? Like it just went.
You went, and then it just drops. Like brilliant moment.
Oh Jesus! All right, well, that might not be a good omen for the Maroons, or the Maroons just needed a quick restart, mate, and we're coming in fresher, coming in a little bit hotter. Oh, Dan. In that couple of seconds, I just went to the fridge and I got myself some alcohol. So if you please excuse me.
Oh, mate, I just I want to give you a big cheers, mate.
Cheers, buddy. Cheers, good sir.
This way.
Alrighty. Yes.
Whatever.
This way. Hey, yes. We got
Great
it.
television right there.
Yes, sir. that will not happen again with everything crossed. If you don't mind me taking it away, Dan, we are 3 seconds away from kickoff. Queensland are going to receive. This is the 2025 decider from Accor Stadium with the outsiders, the Maroons, running straight into the blue pack. Mr. Papali'i getting dragged back just a couple meters to his 10-meter line. It is Queensland running right to left of your screens, and this is Big Tino now with a carry. He is stopped just shy of the 20-meter line. Grant waits at dummy half. He goes right down the short side with Mr. Ruben Cotter here. He's struggling to get up and does so here. This is Trent Liero cutting back to the right-hand side towards the ruck and is stopped 5 short of the 40-meter line. This is fourth tackle. Grant goes back left in field, and this is Big Tino's second touch of the opening set. So this is Queensland now, about 7 short of halfway, and Munster gets his hands to the ball and puts it sky high, Dan.
Dylan Edwards takes the ball and we'll get back to the 20. Good opening set from both sides there. Good defensively from New South Wales. Queensland also very good. About 7 in the tackle there as they go to Brian To'o. Takes it from the 20. Makes about 5 meters. Jeez, it feels like an Origin game early, doesn't it? As he plays it back, Zach Lomax puts his hand up for a run. It's past the 30. Again, 4 in the tackle. You're going to see that all night, or at least early on here from the Maroons, who are swamping. So Max King, that's your hit up, gets driven backwards. Great defense from the Queenslanders. Isaiah Yeo, here we go. Payne Haas, see what he's got tonight. That's a great run from Haas. About 7 or 8 post-contact meters. They're brought down roughly 45 as they go back to Cleary, who looks to put the kick up.
And taken by Hammer, 11 metres out from his own try line, gets over the 20 and is stopped just shy of the 30-metre line. That's a good carry back there from Hammer with his first touch. It's Dearden at dummy half, and he passes left in field for Coates. And he makes about 5 metres, push back a little bit too. So good quick defence there by the Blues. Play the ball on the 30. They go to the left, and this is the debutant, Shibasaki, with his first touch. And welcome to Origin, Shibasaki. You're dragged back to where you pretty much started from. This is third tackle towards the side of the interchange sideline, but they go back right in field with Trent Liero now, and he is stopped on the 40-metre line. This is fourth tackle. Grant goes right. Papali'i, he's able to rumble his way to right to the centre of the paddock, right in the centre of Sydney Olympic Park, and it's Grant that goes right to Tom Dearden for a kick.
So Edwards is under the ball. This is as he takes it cleanly. We'll get back to about the 20.
Ooh.
Hugely. Ruben Cotter, great shot. Papali'i busy early. Big Tino on the tackle too. Arm wrestle here as you'd expect early. As Lomax again, it's been busy early. I don't know. I want to see some forwards for the Blues. Haven't seen Crichton go for a run yet. Obviously, it's still early. As they go to Crichton, there we go. He beats one. Offloads. Lee Martin goes through. They're on here. Brilliant tackle.
Out.
No.
He was out, Dan.
No. Touchy's right there, Sam. Calm down. The Blues spread it left. Bit of enterprising footballs. Payne Haas takes it over the halfway. Offloads to Jerome Luai, who half break goes left. There's an early kick there from Latrell Mitchell. Hammer will clean it up.
Oh, and Hammer's on his skates. I just want to quickly say I've had the first ever donation, $5 there from William Hunt to Wobble and Joy Sports. Thank you so much for the $5 donation. That's never happened before. And Queensland now, they are inside their own 10. It's second tackle. Dearden the dummy half finds Xavier Coates, and Coates, I think Liam Martin's just stayed in there. Dan, I'll keep me bias goggles off for the time being. Papali'i now backs his way into the defence, but Cleary is able to take him down. Fourth tackle, Grant, left. Munster, dummies, finally gets it out left to Capewell, and they're over the 30-metre line by a couple of metres there. Grant goes right back in field for Cam Munster. Cam Munster puts up, didn't quite get it, I don't think, and it's allowed to bounce, however. Ends up a good kick in the end, Dan.
Yeah, goes to the 10 as Brian To'o picks up and gets back to about the 20. Enterprising stuff there from the Blues. Early to the centres, we expect it might happen as Zach Lomax takes it up to almost to 20. Makes go and offloads 2 to Latrell Mitchell. New South Wales got a bit of ball movement on. Latrell beats 1, 2 and brought down at about the 30. Again, enterprising play. I think this is what the Blues have to do. They can't, the arm wrestle favours Queensland, I believe, as that's Max King again. No, Angus Crichton. Huge hitter. It's easy. He looks slim. He just looks good, Angus Crichton. So they go back to Isaiah Yeo, just tucks it under. Good hit up, beats the first. Up to about the 40 on the fourth tackle. hopefully an attacking kick coming here as Cleary goes right to Crichton, who beats Shibasaki, goes through, offloads to Liam Martin. Back to Cleary. Good there from the Penrith clan. Some former, some current. They brought down 20 out as they go left. Jerome Luai looked to put a kick up, you'd believe, here. There goes the kick. It's a shot.
Too big.
Awful kick.
Oh, my goodness. That is a massive reprieve for Queensland as Holmes races back to the 20 and makes about 5 or 6 meters there. Shibasaki is already going to have nightmares about Crichton at the end of this game, Dan. Xavier Coates now, maybe with his third, maybe fourth touch of the ball inside the first 5 minutes of play. You'd say that the Blues are on top at the moment, but the Queenslanders are hanging in there. Shibasaki now going straight and hard. That'll get his confidence back to even. Grant at dummy half goes right in for Falerio, right to Dearden, right to Cotter, and Cotter threatened to break the line, but he does, or Queensland do go over halfway, entering Blues territory for the first time in this game. Grant scoots out a dummy half and makes an effective 15-meter carry before getting it off to Dearden, who plays the ball now on the 30, fourth tackle, hammer, way left for Munster, left for Capewell. He's able to run sideways and is taken down. And this is a penalty, a high shot here from Stephen Crichton, Dan, on the last tackle. That is a massive call. Let's have a look at the replay.
Oh, it's a love tap. You don't want to see that, and that's what we're worried about. Look, it's a penalty week to week, so technically it's a penalty in this game.
But this is Origin, mate. This is the decider.
Exactly. There'll be plenty said about that, but just shows you how important that last kick from Luai was. It's Queensland go on the attack.
100%. Now, Munster has elected to go for the 2 here.
Good move.
You reckon that's a good move?
Get points, get them early. New South Wales had all the ball in a great position. Had Queensland at 6-7. It's a terrible kick from Jerome Luai. The Queensland 7-tackle set gone up and now should lead 2-0. What would you have done?
I probably would have kept the pressure on a bit, just tried to stay down in the opposition 20, mate, and then try and get a repeat set if you couldn't find yourself in a try-scoring situation, mate. Now, in game number 2, I gave the 2 points early to Valentine Holmes. I'm sticking away, man. I'm not doing that. Just let things be. Don't tamper fate. But he is going to be kicking from about 26 meters back and about 10 meters left of the posts here. I don't know if there's a wind in any way, shape, or form, but again, it's a dewy surface, but there's no rain about, which is half our luck here tonight. To the now 84 people that are in the chat, thank you very much. Please subscribe to Rugby League Outlaws via the hyperlink in the name of the title here. We have a lot of Papua New Guinean watchers, viewers here in tonight, so we really, really appreciate your support. As Valentine Holmes lines it up, and Valentine, I'm still lining it up. After all that pressure that the Blues put on Queensland in the blink of an eye because of a bad kick by Luai, Queensland remarkably find themselves up 2-0, Dan.
Look, that was the worry going in. You know, when Mitch Moses went down, who was going to replace? It won't be Mitch Moses, that's for sure. He's been awesome in his last couple of Origin starts. You know, I'm not going to throw Luai under the bus too early, but yeah, look, that 2 points is on his bad kick. It's as simple as that. But Queensland had to get down there, force the penalty, and take the kick. So good turnaround from the Maroons as I take a sip from the Blue Cup.
Get that cup back in the dishwasher. Today I said that Harry Grant would be my man of the match. I got to say, Harry Grant has been really effective inside the first 8 minutes for Queensland. One of the reasons how we got down there, that kick looked just for half a second and was going to go near that interchange sideline, or just the sideline, sorry. But no, it stays in field, and Papali'i now is stopped there by Mitchell and Crichton. Up the top of the screen here, Queensland are running right to left, and this is Ruben Cotter now with a hit up. He stopped just shy of the 20-meter line here. Second tackle, 8.5 minutes gone, and this is Big Tino now. He's able to only advance it by about 5 meters or so from where Cotter first played it. Rant at dummy half goes back right for Josh Papali'i, who goes over the 30-meter line. And this is the fourth tackle. They're still up towards the top, working their way back left in field through Liero. Munster then puts Capewell back under, and Capewell backs his way to the 40-meter line, right in the center of the paddock. or they are central, and Grant at dummy half goes right. Dearden kicks on his own 40.
Was this straight back into the arm wrestle, drops into Lomax's lap, about 15 out, takes it up past the 20. Papali's been busy early, mate. He's been real good for Queensland. Lomax plays the ball. It goes left to Brian Toto with the bright white headgear, who gets up to the 30. Here goes the arm wrestle yet again. I think we'll see a lot of this tonight. As they go left to Angus Crichton, who gets crunched in a good shot. Papali in there again. He's been busy. I don't know whether he's been told just go out there and play until you drop sort of thing, but good start from the returning veteran as Dylan Edwards is well handled by 3 Queensland defenders. They're just short of the halfway line here. They get to about halfway on the 5th as Joe goes over the halfway by a couple of metres. Maybe chance for an attacking kick here. A bit of pressure as they go right to Cleary, who will roost it high.
Come on. Yes, Hammer takes it on the fall on his own 10. Only goes forward by about 5 metres. They're on the side closest to the interchange as Munster goes right for Coates here. And Coates wrestles his way just shy of the 20-metre line. Second tackle, the first 10 minutes of the decider have gone, and it's 2 points to nil in favour of the Maroons. And this is Holmes, who makes about a 6-metre carry there. Grant waits a dummy half, goes right to Robert Toyer, who gets over the 30 and makes a nice 8-metre carry in total there, I'd say. Grant left, Dearden at the back left to Liero, who's been active himself, a bit of ball playing a couple of times by him. He's able to get to halfway, but this is last tackle as Munster puts an end over end kick. It's going to come a little bit shorter than usual, and it's taken there beautifully by Lomax, Dan.
Lomax goes up, a little bit of pressure, but no one contested. It's better kicks. Lomax real slow to get up here. Looks it's grabbing at something. The trainer's in real quick. I didn't see what happened there. Didn't look like much in it, to be honest. Stephen Crichton is wrapped up. They're about 25 out right in the middle on the second tackle. Just no, they're going to Billy Slater interview. Who cares? They go left. The Blues moving the ball. Oh! Valentine Holmes reads that to perfection. And Angus Crichton, almost lost another finger due to that. They're back over the 30 now. Brian Toto, who cops one high. Where's our penalty, ref? I hear from the south of the tweet. And there it is. You got to ask to receive, my friends. It's 1-1, a penalty to New South Wales in the first half. As we watch that shot, that's a ripper from Holmes. But legally.
What was the penalty for?
Whatever this means, mate. Hand in the ruck by the look of it. I don't know. Who cares? Yeah, that's a square up. That's a square up. It's a square up. And we'll have the ball just on Queensland's side of halfway as they go back into Payne Haas, who, again, makes a couple of post-contact meters, as is tradition. They get up to the 40 on the first tackle. The arrow there holds on quite well. This goes back to Yo, who tucks it in for Max King, who, again, has been busy. Hopefully gets 2 stints here tonight. Thought he was better than people gave him credit for in Origin 2. They go left to Cleary, who's scheming. Goes to Luai, who's well-handled. Matt, I rate Dearden. He's so underrated. Brilliant defence. Great read. The Blues have got it up to the 20 as Cleary turns it behind to Edwards, and it's touched by Queensland.
Go Cotter! Go Cotter!
On the ball, and it will be 6 again to the Blues.
What's zero tackle?
Bit of a mess there, but no, I don't think he hasn't ruled 6 again. Okay. As the Maroon...
Forward!
He's lost complete control of this. The Blues will kick from about 20 metres out. I don't know what that last couple of minutes was. So they go the short side to Luai, 1-on-1 with a troll, puts a good kick in, and Hammer will bat it over the back. Good kick. Mate, that was an absolute mess.
Absolute mess, and there's a lot of pressure on these touches. We talk about Klein, but there was a forward pass, I thought, from Cleary to Luai there, man. But then again, I can't believe that it wasn't a set restart. I thought potentially that Cotter did get a hand to the ball, mate. But we've got 152 people watching us right now, Dan. So thank you, everybody. Please subscribe to Rugby League Outlaws and Wobble and Joy Sports. Thank you.
Short drop out will be too long as New South Wales bat it back to Cleary, who says, Max, go for a run. And he'll New South Wales will start the set about 25, 26 metres out. Pat Carrigan's coming on. That's an early one for Queensland. They're probably for Papali. I think he's been told, go early and go hard like there's any other way. Payne Haas up over the 20 now on the second tackle. New South Wales screaming on the attack as Cleary goes for a run. Steps past Papali, who again is in kamikaze mode. Brought down about 12 metres out, right in the middle. Edwards takes a hit up, turns it back under Crichton. He's not going anywhere there. They'll go past the 10. 2 plays. They're just right at the sticks here. Couldn't really put in a better position, if we're being honest, as Cleary takes it under the post, puts Max King under for a hit up.
Come on, boys.
Kick here. I dare say they might go left. Nathan Cleary's standing across there. Robson does go left to Luai, who puts a shocking pass. He's having an awful game. Brian Toto beats 1-2, puts a kick in, goes nowhere. It's been a rule to knock on. Again, an absolute mess on the 5th tackle. And Jerome Luai, worst player in the park.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, he's already going in like that. But yes, it has broken down at least 3 times already tonight, Dan, inside the first 15 minutes of play. Klein ordering Robert Toy and everybody just to redo that again because the touchy wasn't ready. Touchy, all you've got to do is roll on forward passes, mate. Fair friggin' dinkum. Anyways. Oh, dude, Dan, don't even. Let's not even. All right, so Toya plays the ball, and this is Holmes now, who himself has also been not too bad inside the first 15 minutes of the game. Papali'i saying, holy hell, I'm back in friggin' Origin, all right. And this here is Pat Carrigan, who's come onto the paddock now. And this is second tackle. We've got so much action in the live chat. Thank you so much for such an active live chat. Here is Shibasaki now, I believe that may be, has the hit up, and he's met there by 3 defenders. Still 2 points to nil. They're shy of the 40, but this is Liero getting up over the 40. Offloads back to Dearden, running, and dummies. Gives it to Connor over halfway. Beats 1. Who can he find? He finds Hammer. Oh, he bats it back to Hammer. It's play on. Grant back to Munster. They're on the New South Wales 30, and To'o kills Munster then and there. Munster plays the ball for Grant, and Tino just goes straight and hard. And he stopped about 22 metres out. Last tackle, central, Grant, right, Dearden, afforded to run, cut out past to Toya. Luai, great tackle, but it's been offloaded by Toya to Dearden. Then left to Grant, who flicks it back into the lap of Edwards. But it's a penalty to Queensland for offside, potentially, Dan. And someone's got the freaking throat in the forearm in the Adam's apple, seemingly, for a moment there, Dan. It's all happening.
Bit of Origin football. There's been a player taken off the ball here. As Jerome Luai stood up again, honestly, he's not having a game to remember. It's caught a brilliant run. That was brilliant from Hammer too, who lost the ball, turned around and batted it backwards. That's brilliant heads-up play. Just trying to see who was taken out here. Looks like Reece Robson might have taken... No, I don't know. I got nothing. Klein.
Just Klein. Look, there's been a couple of comments just quickly here that asking where the live link is. There will be no footage from Channel 9's coverage. Otherwise, the red alert and the silver cage will come down on both Dan and I. So that's not happening tonight. Sorry, guys. As the tap is taken, Queensland on the attack. After the start that the Blues had, it's kind of remarkable to see where Queensland are and how the momentum has swung. Grant left infield for Liero, who's been really good tonight, and he's taken down there. The Maroons are about 5 metres out, left to the posts only just. Grant comes back right, a very, very, very flat pass there for Carrigan, and he's swarmed on by the Blues. A couple of metres out, third tackle, Grant. Dummies to go left, it goes right for Big Tino. Big Tino, threatened just momentarily. Fourth tackle, 17 minutes gone, 2-0. Grant, left for Dearden, left for Munster. Munster cut out past to Shibasaki, who beats 1. Gets it left to Xavier Coates, and Coates goes over and scores. Well done, Maroons. Yes.
That's brilliant from the rookie on debut. That's good football from Queensland. As you said, mate, New South Wales had all the early ball, and Queensland will lead 6-0 kick to come. Shibasaki stamping his authority early, it must be said. He had a horrible opening 10 minutes, but wow. As we're watching here, the Queensland create numbers. Lomax rushes up, gets no one. Crichton gets no one. Mate, I don't know what they've done at training all week, but that's a shark play if I've ever seen one. Queensland just too good early on.
Stephen Crichton was looking infield. Lomax came screaming up off of his wing. Good passing from Munster and everybody else back on the inside. But for Shibasaki, as you said, who had a bit of a nightmare opening 5 minutes to start the game, great to beat the upcoming defense and get that ball out to the left for Xavier Coates. again, I will keep on repeating myself for the next maybe 60 seconds or so, mate. But it's kind of remarkable that the Maroons are up in front after the hot start by the Blues, bro.
Absolutely, mate. New South Wales had 2 opportunities, both of them absolutely massacred, to be totally honest. Horrible kick and then a really bad fifth play option. I don't know what they're doing for the Blues, but Queensland, you give them a sniff and they're going to score tries. Again, it's come from a penalty, so of course that'll be the lazy take. But New South Wales got to do better than that defensively is what I take out of that.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we've got Dommy in the chat. Maroon supporters are screaming and supporting the Maroons here in Igam Barak Lay in Papua New Guinea. That's sensational news, mate. Thank you very much for coming in and saying g'day. Thank you, bro. So we've got Valentine Holmes, who was pretty much the difference in game number 2. He could be the difference here again. He shoots from the sideline and it's over the black dot. 8 points to 0 inside the first 20 minutes in favour of Queensland.
Yeah, good start. Good game, this one, end to end, as we thought it might be. Bit of a sorting out period early, but Queensland very much on top now. I know people are going to make a lot of the penalty. I don't know what it's for. We're not watching closely enough, to be honest. But you only remember penalties when the opposition scores after it. And New South Wales, Zach Lomax rushes up, gets brushed off very easily by a bloke on debut and a decider. Not good enough from Parramatta superstar.
Penalties, errors, but penalties as well was such a factor in game number 2 that both teams couldn't really defend it for more than 2 sets as Pat Carrigan rumbles into the blue wall. So we got the first 19 minutes gone now. It's 8 points to 0 in favour of Queensland, and Big Tino is out there. Oh, he just threatened to break the line just then. Grant goes right. Ruben Cotter, he's having a barnstormer tonight so far. Gets to the 30-metre line. Up the top of the screen, left in field again for Loiero. Couldn't name a bad Queenslander at the moment. Not being a smart ass there. They're all playing really well. And Big Tino, good post-contact meters to get to the 50-metre line. But this is going to be last tackle here. And Grant goes left, finds Munster, and he puts the ball up. Oh.
Penalty New South Wales because you got to square it up. Looks like Queensland look like they might have won that ball in the air, but offside or something. I don't know. We'll just put it down to Klein. Just watching now. Shibasaki goes up, knocks the ball forward. Okay, that's fair enough. But good kick from Munster. Put Edwards under a little bit of pressure. Certainly didn't get all his own way as Shibasaki won that jump. As the Blues kick to the 40, and it looks like Martin is met. It's good to see him make a run. Like, where's he been for the past 15 minutes after a bright start? So left to Max King. I'll tell you what, this has got Spencer Lino written all over it because I think the Blues need an injection of a bit of mungles to get owned up the middle as they turn it left to Isaiah Yeo, who was up to the 40s, brought down. A couple post-contact meters, good run. Slowed down, though. Queensland all over him. It's good defence. It's Payne Haas as a hit up now. Goes past Carrigan, offloads to Cleary, who dummies and goes absolutely nowhere. Maroons are swarming, dare I say, in defence. There's the 4th tackle. Blues on the 30. Goes to Payne Haas because, of course, it does. He makes 8 metres and will play the ball slowly but legally. Goes to Cleary, who puts it up. This is Lomax. Lomax jumps, but he's beaten to the ball.
Well done, Xavier Coates. Superman comes out to theatres, I think, tomorrow, Dan. We just saw Xavier Coates, the Australian version of Superman. Yes. Are you going to go see Superman, mate?
No.
No, neither am I. All right, so play on. Theatre goes right, finds Robert Toya and makes about 7 metres. Harry Grant at dummy half goes left for Valentine Holmes, gets over the 20-metre line, and is tackled about 25 out from his own line. Grant scoots to the left-hand side, trying to find Crichton offside, but offloads it back to Carrigan. He got tripped over by Casper, but he's back up again. Can he get the offload off? No, he can't. All right, so this is last tackle. He plays the ball just shy of the 40. Grant goes right and finds Dearden, who puts it downfield.
As we look at Liam Martin in a bit of push and shove, Colin be shocked. As Edwards offloads to Toho, who's up to the 30. It's good starting spot here from New South Wales, but they have to do something with the balls. The Chol Mitchell goes looking for work, hits and offloads to Lomax, who ends up pretty much where the ball was offloaded. But that's okay. Enterprising play again. I don't mind seeing that. Safe enough, as New South Wales want a penalty, but it's not their turn. So Edwards up over the 40. Good. Lots of work from the outside backs here, as you often see from Penrith, and it does work. As Robson goes for a dart, beats one, gets up just short of the 40. As Luai's into acting half, goes left to Cleary. Not a lot of space down there, and he's caught in the 40 on the last tackle. That's a shame. She want him kicking. Maybe go to Latrell here because Luai's boot has not been on song yet tonight. It will go to Luai, who puts it up. It's a decent kick. It's going to drop 5 meters out to Coates, who takes it well.
Coates unchallenged as well, just a little bit too deep. But Maroon's got to go really hard here. This is Shibasaki coming back towards the ruck. Really courageous carry there, getting over the 10-meter line by a meter or so. Munster at dummy half goes right. This is Xavier Coates. And there's 3 or 4 defenders there. Big Tino coming off after a massive 23-minute stint. And this is Lindsay Collins out there with his first carry. Gets up, plays the ball, 4th tackle. Grant scoots to the left-hand side, feign to pass, and makes a 10-meter carry to the 40-meter line. Hammers at dummy half, goes left. Munster kicking from 45 meters out. It's going to be uncontested.
As Edwards takes the ball 15 meters out, we'll get back to the 20 right in the middle. It's handled by 3 defenders. You said earlier Harry Grant needed to be huge tonight, and he must be listening in, mate, because he's been monstrous. It looks like Liam Martin's getting some work done on the hands, some strapping. I think we might see Hudson Young if he can't come back from that. As Toto loses the headgear on the 30. Referee. Zangus Crichton ambles up. No, not a lot from the New South Wales forwards playing Haas aside, I must say. So Isaiah Yeo takes a hit up, turns it inside. Dispenser Linu, there's that man. Couple post-contact meters. I think we'll see a bit of a lift from New South Wales here. Quite frankly, they need it. As they go left to Jerome Luai, who's scheming. Puts it to Latrell Mitchell, who...
Tried!
What? That was a despicable pass.
Touchy!
The referee who says, no... That's bad refereeing. As the ball goes up from Nathan Cleary, Luai's going to... He's not going to get there.
I just had to look back to me. Mum, Dan, that went 2 meters forward, bro.
That was terrible. Terrible. And they were right there, mate, again.
Yeah. Toya plays the ball, and gets it from dummy half and finds Holmes. Refereeing is not up to standard, mate, at the moment. I'm sorry, bro. For both sides. Both sides. Capewell has the ball, and this is 4th tackle. Just short of the 30. Grant goes right. Carrigan gets it to Collins. He's able to hold on to the ball, and Luai finishes the tackle. Grant goes right and finds Dearden, and Dearden kicks inside of his own 40, but Edwards is there.
Edwards is up over the 30. Again, here comes the arm wrestle as expected. They're just going back to that before. That was one of the worst passes I've ever seen. That is despicable from the touchies, who I know have a tough job, etc., etc. But come on, you're there for one reason. As Brian Toto takes it up over the 40, and I'm a one-eye Blues fan. As Lomax goes looking for the ball, he'll get up brought just short of the 50. Not a lot of work from the forwards here. Again, I know I'm carrying on a bit, but...
You're just calling what you're saying.
Spot on as they go to Stephen Crichton, who's up over the 50 now. And great run, couple of extra. He's still going. He'll get to the 40 and play the ball quickly too as Isaiah Yeo hits it up, goes left to Cleary, who I thought he was going in behind there, hits Angus Crichton, and that's gone nowhere. They'll be just short of the 30. They must contest these kicks, Sam. As they go back to Cleary, who puts it right down the middle.
They don't have to.
Liam Martin coming in, and no, it'll be Crichton again. Coates again.
Coates. Makes a great 10-plus meter carry back. Grant goes left. This is Munster. He just puts the foot down and gets to the 30-meter line. The Maroons are central. There's 14 minutes remaining in this first half. Grant gives it to Shibasaki, who's been nice on debut tonight. Makes about 5 meters on that carry. Grant to dummy half, goes back right infield for Munster. Who does he select? Dearden. At the back, right to Hammer. Right to Toya. One-on-one with Mitchell, but Toto comes in and helps. Oh, the Blues! It's been offloaded by Toya to Hammer. Back in left infield for Dearden. What a try for the Maroons! Tommy Dearden scores for the Maroons and makes it 12 points to 0 with a kick to come via an unbelievable offload by Robert Toya.
That is very, very good football. Blues look like they had him going into row 3 or 4 and he offloads, and no one from New South Wales looked interested as we look here. as they go, right, mate, if this is what it looked like, that was incredible from Robert Toya, who's having an amazing series. No, nothing wrong with that. That's perfect. Not one Blues player looked interested in that. And I think that's Stefano, not Spencer Linu, rather. Slowest player of all time. Watches Tom Dearden run in. That's brilliant from Queensland. Yeah, it was Stefano, sorry. He shouldn't be there. Cornered as I say it, mate.
Just got to have a...
Wasn't his fault. Wasn't his fault. He's just really slow.
I just got to have myself a bit of a breather at the moment, mate. Wow, way.
Good football. Again, New South Wales were on top. Terrible last play, kick, and Queensland go up and score.
They're not doing the 1%ers at the moment.
They're not. They've turned up expecting to win. This is Cronulla Sharks 101. Must be the blue. I don't know. It must be the blue. But Queensland are the better team quite easily, as at 14-0 will suggest.
Angus Crichton.
Oh, my God. Angus Crichton made zero effort to tackle the hammer there. If Laurie Daly's actually watching this game, and I would suggest he's not, I would be hooking him right now and putting Angus Crichton on that left edge.
Just Angus Crichton went for the push on hammer to try and take him out, as Holmes makes it 14 points to nil. But we know what happened in game 2. Even if it's 20 points to nil at halftime, and let's hope that it is, there's still no guarantee that this game is wrapped up based off of what we saw. But they're just doing the 1%ers, Maroons, at the moment. Grant, look, I'm not saying Grant's name just to try and pump up my own tires or anything, bro, but Grant is scheming. He has been a complete menace tonight out of dummy half. He is scooting. He is dummying. His pass selection and efficiency has been first class.
Oh, he's been one of the best players on the field.
Alrighty, so kickoff has resumed, and this is Pat Carrigan. He's met there by 4 Blues, and he's going to play the ball 15 out from his own try line. This is another human that's been fantastic in Maroon, and that's Ruben Cotter, just over the 20-metre line. Grant, left infield for Lindsay Collins, flat and hard, but good stop there from Martin and Cleary, with Uto Ikamanu coming in late. Getting to the 30, Grant goes back right infield for Liero, who has been busy tonight, man. Probably his best Origin game to date. Play the ball on the 40, left. Munster kicks. Oh, it's ricocheted off the back of a Blue defender. And I think this is still going to be last tackle, however. Yeah, it's still going to be last tackle. So half your luck there. So Grant at dummy half, passes right infield for Munster, right to Dearden, and Dearden kicks right on halfway. It's only going to go about 15, 20 metres, and it's kicked forward by Hammer, and Edwards is there to scrape it up.
Mate, Queensland are winning every 50-50 contestation here. It is ridiculous how on top they are. 14-0 is well worth the scoreline. So Blues get up towards about the 30. They look back to Latrell, who has been very quiet after a pretty promising start. He gets up over the 30. Nathan Cleary, mate, this is a night. If this continues the way it is, there'll be questions asked by yours truly tomorrow morning on Zero Tackle. Free plug. As Spencer Linu finally going to come on. They just had a look to Laurie Daly, and he looks like he had no idea. And I don't mean about football. I just mean in general. As the Blues go right and Zach Lomax beats one and is up over halfway, they need to contest this kick. It's as simple as that. As Cleary goes high, we'll see if anyone makes it anywhere near. They won't. There's no 20 metres. There's no one within 20 metres of that kick.
Yep. Hammer, though, is getting dragged back by Edwards, and Uto Ikamanu will play the ball that way, son. Goes right to Xavier Coates, and Coates is stopped by Isaiah Yeo from getting over the 20-metre line. Pardon me. Grant goes right. This is Holmes now. He does get over the 20. Offloads back to Grant, then right to Dearden, dummies. Oh, I had visions of him going 70 metres, bro. All right, but he plays the ball there. And this is Robert Toya, who makes an effective 10-metre carry. This is still only the 4th tackle here. They're getting out of their own end a bit too easily now too as well, Dan. Trent Liero is stopped just on halfway. Oh, I thought they might have done a little bit more there on 4th tackle. But anyway, play on. Munster kicks right on halfway, and that will be non-contested.
As the ball drops into the lap of Edwards, who gets up to the 20. Look, the backs have been busy without being too threatening since that opening couple of sets, as Lomax puts his hand up. Just not seeing anything from the forwards here. The halves are ineffective. I don't even know if Reece Robson's still on the park, as Brian Toto does a hit up. starting to look very one out for New South Wales. The Spencer
There he is.
Lemu's on. Let's hope he puts his hand up. I'm not a huge fan, but tonight might be the night. Angus Crichton ambles up and gets whacked. Gets a couple of post contact meters. Cleary looks to kick early from inside the 40. It's a decent kick, but it'll sit up nicely for the Hammer.
And Hammer gives it to Valentine Holmes inside their own 10, and Holmes is able to get up over that 10-meter line. Hammer's been active. He hasn't just rested on his laurels. He's gone after the contest, mate. He does have lackadaisical games, but it looks like tonight is not going to be one of those nights, man. Thank goodness. Coates, second tackle, plays the ball. Grant gets into dummy half and passes right to Robert Toyer. And Robert Toyer is taken down just short of the 30-meter line. Maroon's running right to left. And this is a play the ball here and passed out left for Carrigan. And Carrigan makes about 8 meters. There's 127 people in the chat right now, Dan. So thank you very much to everybody that's watching. And this is Munster who gives it left to Capewell. Well, they might have to do that play again. That looks threatening. Grant at dummy half goes right. Munster afforded to run a bit. He's put the ball sky high. And it's taken well by the New South Wales Blues.
Drops down to Ryan Toto, who's just short of 20. Absolutely a half break there from Capewell on the left. Tell you what, both New South Wales centres were expected to dominate tonight. Both look very flimsy in defence. I must say, Latrell, to his credit, is looking busy, takes a big hit up. So go back to Dylan Edwards again. It's all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from New South Wales, and it's not enough second phase players we saw early on as they go left to Latrell, who steps in, well handled by Toyer, gets an offload.
It's tackled.
Yeah, I don't know whether that was the right play. But anyways, we're looking up over the 50, the Blues, as here goes another kick. I don't know. Maybe they run the ball, do something different as they go to Cleary. Who
Forward!
They've got the 5th tackle, but it's not. I think that's a Channel 9 error. It must be the 5th now as they go to Cleary, who puts it up again. Lomax has to contest. He does. He wins, gets taken, throws it into a Maroon, who will hold on to the ball. It's Coates again. He's been great.
I'm happy for that to be play on. It came off another Maroon and went into the lap of Xavier Coates. And this here is Shibasaki now, all skittled a fair bit there by Blues defenders. Oh, man, Nathan Cleary, you sort of alluded to it before, man. If Blues are to come back and win this game, it's all going to be off the back of Cleary, and everyone will finally get that state of origin moment with Nathan Cleary where he decided a decider, but great defense there by Latrell Mitchell there to snap up Tom Dearden, play the ball. They're still inside their own 20. Oh, Robert Toyer nearly gave possession back to the Blues. So defensively, that is their best set of 6. And it came off of the back after they challenged a high kick, Dan.
Yeah, who would have thought?
You.
101 as Edwards takes the ball and gets up over the 40. Look, it's a simple game at Hartley. Edwards goes to Toto, who'll get up to halfway. That's better from the Blues. Again, it's, you can test the ball, whether you lose it or not. At least you can test it. I'm going to bang on all night until they get one right as Crichton gets absolutely rock bottomed by Lindsay Collins.
Oh.
They go left to Stefano, who ambles up and goes absolutely nowhere. Oh, and he uploads.
Nice.
I didn't know he had it in his game. Goes nowhere, but that's good to see as Reece Robson is held just short of the 30. Nathan Cleary. I don't know what's going on tonight, but breaks momentum. Spencer Lenu's caught on the 30 as they go right to Edwards, who passes to nobody.
Knock on.
Lomax. This is disjointed from a pretty poor New South Wales team.
Yeah, Zach Lomax having a pretty tough old night at the moment as Kurt Capewell has a hit up. And this is tackle number 1 with Kurt Capewell struggling to get up. He does now. Grant nearly scooted, but decided to give it to Shibasaki. Go straight, Shibasaki. You're going sideways. Come on, straighten up. He's tackled inside of the 30 here. Dearden gives it to Robert Toyer, who goes straight and hard by a couple of meters there. It's third tackle. 4 minutes to go. 14-0. This is Pat Carrigan. He only knows one way. And he stopped a couple of meters shy of halfway. Grant runs left, Munster, dummies, offloads back to the Hammer. Hammer puts the foot down. No, it was called a knock on. Knock on. Munster, is he challenging? He is. Oh, gee whiz, they left that late.
That's a weird one because it'll be mutual infringement. They'll get the ball back on the 5th with a kick, you would imagine. But I don't know. I didn't see knock on. It's Ashley Klein, so challenge everything.
No, Question, just a comment there. My Precious says Tom Dearden's quiet tonight. I respectfully disagree.
I think he's been very good. Maybe they might have held the hammer back here. I think that's what they're looking at. No, that's all right. Robson sort of went to him and let him go. It's play on. No, Robson's bounced off. That's fine.
Oh, that doesn't look good for Munster.
No, it's successful. They're going to get. I see. Mate, I don't like that. Look, I don't want to bag the referees because New South Wales are getting flogged. But this is a pretty terrible refereeing performance. Dare I say, on par with how bad New South Wales have been. In both ways, because we missed 2 blatant forward passes. And that's not a penalty any game, let alone an Origin decider.
No, that's just contact, man, isn't it? Just a couple of more questions coming in about watching the footage on this stream. That's not going to be happening, guys. Go find the footage elsewhere, because otherwise the red alert and the silver cage will come down on Dan and I. So there will be no footage shown by Channel 9's coverage as it goes out right. Hammer puts Cotter back under. Oh, what could have been with the North Queensland Cowboys. Hammer. Dearden to Hammer and Hammer to Cotter. Grant left to Dearden. Dearden, who does he choose? He runs before finding Munster on the left. Munster puts Shibasaki back under. He's weaving his way back right. Passes, cut out pass to Toya. Great running pass. Toya beating 1 and 2. Oh, that would have been an amazing try for both the centres combining. Grant left. Dearden running. Puts the arrow back under. He's weaving his way back right. And he's going to be taken down there. This is 4th tackle. There's 3 minutes to go. Grant waits, slow play the ball, left for Dearden, out the back left for Carrigan, and he's just going to take the tackle, centralise the Maroons' attack. And this is last tackle. Grant left. Munster puts the kick up high for a leaping Coates, but Lomax is there, but it's going to be a goal line dropout.
Yeah, good stuff from Queensland. Jerome Luai again was caught out of position, got no one. And it looked like Robert Toya was going to go in there as the Blues are yelling at each other. We're just watching a replay here. Latrell Mitchell's been absolutely schooled by this kid.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. You hear all the talk during the week. It's like, just shut up and play football, Latrell, sometimes. As they will go long, which I agree with. You got to back your defence here. It's going to go up to 50 halfway. Here come the Maroons.
Lindsay Collins from his own 40 over halfway and bang! Stefano putting in the shot.
It loses the contact.
Yeah. This is Carrigan, 1 off the ruck over the 30. Oh, the Blues, they didn't get up on that play. Carrigan allowed to run a fair bit. Dearden, first receiver. Flat pass for Collins. Oh, man, stopped 11 metres out. They're left of the 6 here. 2-minute warning. Grant feigned to go left, went back right. Dearden, dummies, puts the foot down. Oh, my goodness. Dearden gets up. 4th tackle. Grant scoots to the right. Scoots. Scores. Grant scores. Harry Grant scores. The Maroons are up 18 points to 0 with a kick to come. Holy smokes, Dan. It is an ambush down at Sydney Olympic Park.
You called it. You said Harry Grant would be best on field tonight, and he's been absolutely magnificent. Tom Dearden looks like prime Wally Lewis out there tonight. He is so good. As we just watched a replay here, he's burrowed through. There's 3 of them there. 4, and they couldn't stop him. Harry Grant just wanted it more. As there's a 6 again call. They were 4 metres offside. But even with that advantage, they couldn't stop the much smaller Harry Grant. You cannot tell me that the Blues are serious tonight. The Maroons feel like they would die for it, and New South Wales look out there for a paycheck. That's how it's coming across in the first footy. And heads up to the Maroons. They are brilliant.
Oh, I love it when you talk dirty to me, Dan. So the Maroons are up 18-0 with a kick to come. It's going to be 20 points to 0. I'm going to change that to the score now. I'm very confident that Valentine Holmes could do this blindfolded and backwards. So 20-0. I'm pretty confident that's going to go over the black dot. Dylan Edwards was left of the ruck, and he fell hook, like an sinker. And it's not Dylan Edwards' fault, but just Edwards was. I guess it's more of a reflection of the mindset of the Blues that Edwards was more worried about with what was about to potentially happen out the back to his left-hand side. But it's Harry Grant. He is going to eventually take that dummy and go for it himself. And there's just a lack of awareness there from the Blues. The 1%ers are not there. They're not contesting the bombs. The centers, in particularly, sorry to say, Latrell Mitchell is a little bit MIA at the moment, or is MIA. And it's all well and good to say that, oh, yeah, but the Blues came back in the second half in game number 2. This feels a little bit different. It doesn't feel like that there's enough mongrel here from the Blues here tonight, Dan.
Not at all. The forward pack's going nowhere. They're getting absolutely belted.
Alrighty. So there's 7 seconds remaining, and they're just going to play conservative here, the Maroons. 3, 2, 1. And that is halftime.
10 out of 10 performance from the Maroons.
Really?
Perfect. They couldn't have done anything more, mate. 20-0. Are you kidding me? They're just, mate, they've won every... I think Payne Haas has been the only Blue that would make the 17. Because, like, Dylan Edwards has been good under the high ball, useless in attack. Both Blues halves have been terrible. Reece Robson, I had to check that he was still on the field. Not one other forward other than Payne Haas has looked like making a tackle break. Both centres for New South Wales, I thought that's where the game would be won. And so far, I've been right. In reverse, because they're schooling 2 blokes that look like they don't want to be there. Brian To'o's underdone, and Zach Lomax looks like he's never seen a football field in his life. I don't know what's going on. Look, I'm going to be straight up with you. I thought Laurie Daly being appointed was akin to match fixing because the bloke can't coach, and I think his mates picked him. The side he named tonight, I had lots of issues with. I'm trying to stay positive here. But at 20-0 at halftime, if he doesn't pull the ultimate rabbit out of his hat, he should walk down Bondi Street tomorrow so I can go out and throw eggs at him, because that was despicable. The Maroons have been so good. I don't want to take anything away. Just trying to get some anger out of my soul that I feel right now.
Oh, man. Hang on. So we've got William Hunt. I have the feeling the Blues are going to go full throttle in the second half. They have to at home. They do have to. They do have to. And you heard the crowd just then booing. I don't know who they were booing, bro. They weren't booing. They weren't booing the Maroons, bro. They played that fair and square. You could say that they were booing the refs, who we'll get to in just a fucking second. But they had to. Sorry, man. They had to been booing their own bloody players, their own team, man.
It's 2-0, booing at half time. So let's go New South Wales. But mate, 82,000 people. And look, let's be honest. I don't want to play victim here, but those tickets aren't cheap. And you don't buy these tickets thinking, you're not promised anything, you're not guaranteed anything. This can happen. But there are people that I know have work tomorrow, as most will. Jerome Luai, I should get a 9 to 5 if he keeps playing like that. It's a throwback to an old one. But they spent $180 to sit in shit seats and watch this effort from New South Wales. I'd be booing them off too, mate, because that was despicable.
What did you say? $180 on shit seats, did you say?
Shit seats. Yeah, it was like $230 for Category C or something. And you could get a concession seat for $180. And they sell out because, Origin's going to sell out. It is what it is. Look, New South Wales could come out and blow them off the park in the second half.
They could.
There's a world in which that happens. But as of this exact moment, Laurie Daly has made – mate, look, let's call a spade. Not picking Terrell May is a personal attack at the bloke. I don't know what he's done. I don't care. Not picking Keon Kalamatangi is downright ridiculous. Sticking with Stefano and Max King, who got bossed in game 2, has proven to be an absolute whatever the reverse of the masterstroke is, and that's what they played terribly tonight. Isaiah Yeo is, he's a good footballer. I really like Isaiah Yeo, but he's been hopeless tonight. Angus Crichton, Liam Martin, he's a big game player. I think he's on like 22 metres, and I might be giving him an extra 10. He's been awful. New South Wales have just picked the back 5 and gone, we're going to go out there and we're going to beat 2 rookies. And Shibasaki said, no, you're not. He started a bit, took that one hit up and has turned the game, one of the best players on the park. And on the side, Robert Toya has pulled Latrell Mitchell's pants down tonight. I hope they feel humbled at halftime, and I hope they felt those boos into their soul, because they're going to go out there and save their Origin careers, because I dare say there's a few ending right now.
Latrell Mitchell has been schooled 3 games in a row by this young man, Robert Toya. It's not just tonight, Dan. It's been the past couple of games as well. Now, this is a comment here, and I'll get you to look at this as well, bro. Brayley, I'm assuming Daniel's talking about Blake Brayley, is on form at the moment and is also a million times what Reece Robson is. I mean, what's your reaction to this comment here saying that Blake Brayley should be in over Reece Robson?
Well, mate, on form, I agree. I picked Robson in my team because of what he did last year, but he was terrible in Origin too. But at what point do you look and go, okay, you got Connor Watson, who can come on to 9. I would have thrown him in at 14-0 because you need to do something. Robson's got nothing in attack because he's running backwards and he's making tackles. Look, if they pick Brayley tonight, you're not going to get an argument from me. He's been very, very good for Cronulla. But I don't think any hooker out there tonight can make anything of this, because the forwards are just getting absolutely pelted. You know, Payne Haas has looked like New South Wales' best forward by a long, long, long way. And I couldn't tell you one other bloke that's going to be anywhere near 50 metres. Like, I'm going to check the stats, in fact, now, and I would be shocked if anyone is anywhere close.
Yeah, I'll meet you right there. That's exactly where I was just about to go in 3, 2, 1. Alrighty, so let's go to the player stats here, and we'll go across field here. So running meters, let's focus in on the forward pack. So Max King, 6 runs for 36 meters. Payne Haas, 7 for 67. 3 runs for 35 meters by Liam Martin. Angus Crichton, 7 runs for 43 meters. And Isaiah Yeo, very rare looking stat there for him, 3 runs for 29 meters. Uto Ikamanu came on and had 2 runs for 20. And then Lenu came on and had 1 run for 6. The only players so far to get over 100 meters for the Blues are Edwards and Brian To'o. And to say that Brian To'o's got over 100 meters in this game so far is actually utterly bizarre, because I feel like he has been spaced out, and that, not by him, not by his performance. Like, the ball just hasn't been able to get to him. They've offered nothing for Brian To'o to get creative with. It's actually incredible that Brian To'o, due to his brilliance, is still up there as the most running meters in the Blues side so far in that first half.
Yeah, look, it's all meters coming out of his own end too. It's all the hard work. But you look at that again, Max King, your starting prop, 36 meters. Like, are you kidding me? This is an Origin decider, mate. Put your hand up. Now, he shouldn't be there. It should be Terrell May. I kept hearing this, May can't move sideways, etc., etc. At least he runs the ball forward, because this bloke doesn't look like he's interested. Angus Crichton, 43 metres is giving him 20 that he doesn't deserve. He's gone nowhere tonight. And look at Stephen Crichton up there. Half of that came from that one run. Like, New South Wales have offered nothing other than that first couple of minutes, where it looked like they were just going to attack Shibasaki and expect it to win. I go back again. This is a Cronulla performance. They go out there expecting to win as $1.40 favourites at home against 2 rookie centres. Just get it out there and we'll win. When the going gets tough, Queensland just finds something, as we look here. So possession, 57% for Queensland, because New South Wales halves are creating nothing. And people go, the penalties are penalties. There's 2 penalties all, and 1-6 again to nothing that they scored off the next one. As we look at Laurie Daly, dead set. The fact that he's sitting there right now offends me. He should be up in every single player's face saying, are you, excuse my French, fucking kidding me? You're getting paid 50 or 75 grand to play this game, and you've gone out and you've just taken a shit in the middle of the field and offended 82,000 people. Wait, Hudson Young has been one of the best players in the game this year, and he hasn't got a single minute on the field in that half. Connor Watson has been brewing. He's turned games for a pretty, a recently better but not great Roosters outfit. Hasn't looked on because Reece Robson's been sitting there. He's allergic to running. What's he got? 1 run for where's he?
Isaiah's 3 runs for 29 meters.
See, and that's your skipper.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, it sounds like I'm frustrated. It's because I am. Look, I'm a football fan first. And if Queensland are going to win, I want it to be 32-30 or something. Because right now, This is just shaping up as an absolute flogging. I know the game will turn. There'll be an error and New South Wales will get some ball. But, mate, this putting a bomb up to the tallest bloke on the field and Xavier Coates isn't working. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, 100%, man. Missed tackles here. Angus Crichton leading the way for New South Wales. Angus Crichton, 19 tackles, but 5 missed there, and a lot of other players have missed one themselves. Look, I don't want to – I mean, it's just so – it's mind-blowing how ineffective the Blues have been in this decider. Let's try and get a little bit more positive and talk about the winners at the moment at halftime. And the only player that's made over 100 meters for Queensland is Pat Carrigan, and he came off the bench about maybe 15, 17 minutes into that first half. So, I mean, the forwards, let's have a look at how they're doing. So Papali'i in that opening 15 minutes really soaked up the barrage, the intensity of the Blues, man. He was very impressive. Papali'i, 5 runs for 50. Fa'asuamala Aui, 6 for 60. Cotter, 8 for 87. He's been huge. Liero has also been pretty good. 9 runs for 70 meters. But Pat Carrigan, 11 runs for 122 meters. And he came off the bench about 15 minutes in. Just going over to the missed tackles here. And Tom Dearden, he's missed 3. Harry Grant, he's missed 3. And Kurt Capel has missed 2. But unfortunately for Blues, they're missing more tackles at the moment defensively, bro. But Munster, let's talk about the halves. Let's focus on the halves from the Maroons here just momentarily. I think they're both doing really well. I think they're equal, but I think the longer that first half went, I think Tom Dearden shone a little bit brighter than Cam Munster.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's been probably the best player on the field. He could very well have 2 tries, like more than the one he scored. Just replying to some tweets. So, sorry to hijack, but last week I said that Jerome Luai gets excuses that Nicho Hynes just doesn't. And Hynes has been superior to Luai in every single stat that matters this year. Like, he's got 20 line breaks to like 2. And I said now, Jerome Luai had the worst 40 minutes in Origin history. And there's 40 replies all making excuses for him, yet they wanted Nicho Hynes to run in front of a bus for missing a tackle when he played with 12 men. So, look, Cleary's been worse. The forwards, blah, 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 blah. Mate, Dearden's been close to flawless. Jerome Luai's been the worst player in the park, and no one can convince me otherwise. I get it. You can't go forward, etc., etc. But, mate, if your $1 million half and, you know, in any circumstance can't create unless you get the forward domination, why doesn't all the money go to the forwards? Why does it go to the halves? Because good halves can overcome this and they can create something. New South Wales were all over Queensland early on. Jerome Luai put that kick in, gave away 7 tackles. Queensland went up and got a penalty goal, and they haven't looked back since. If Luai doesn't absolutely, again, excuse my French, fuck that kick sideways, New South Wales are on the attack. It's a completely different game. So stop making excuses. Players are allowed to be bad, and he's been offensively bad. He's taken the piss. He's been so bad. But Tom Dearden, mate, best player in the park for mine.
Just going into some more comments here. You guys have been so active tonight. Really, really appreciate it. Emu King, Toto's being shut down and cannot be underrated when it comes to New South Wales go forward. No, absolutely not. Hence why he's in front of the running meters at the moment. The series was over when Laurie Daly, series was over. A comment there. Series was over when Mitch Moses got injured. I mean, Mitch Moses and Nathan Cleary, man, I happen to think that Mitch Moses would probably be way more effective than what Jerome Luai has been over the past 2 games.
Yeah, 100% agree. I just don't know how you can look at Origin 2 and go, yeah, that worked. Like, to not make any changes. I actually thought the comment was going to be saying it was over when Laurie Daly was appointed coach, because to be honest, that's how I feel. Like, I know it feels a bit personal, but this bloke just can't coach. And they're not playing for him. They don't care. He can't inspire. He's just – I don't want to get into it, but he's not good at this. And if this continues the way it's going, he needs to be sacked tomorrow, and there needs to be an investigation as to how this was allowed to be. Look, I agree that once Moses went down, New South Wales became a third of the team, but that can't be an excuse. No. New South Wales have like 6 or 7 halves to call upon. You know, they keep saying, oh, Cleary this, Cleary that. unless he turns around and has the best 40 minutes of his life, this is his last Origin as far as I'm concerned. Jerome Luai's looked terrible. Last year he was great in the decider. So I know why he's been picked tonight. But, I'd rather have Moses there. I think if Moses is there, it's a different game. But if you pick this and you pick that, it's a different game. The game right now is Queensland 20-0, and it's looking like it might be 50.
Emu King says Edwards is not 100%. Neither is Cleary. Val is smashing them. Yeah, Dylan Edwards, he's just been confined to doing the tough work coming out the back. And there was a moment there where he was a link-up man and tried to get a pass out to Lomax, and it just crumbled, man. Their 20-meter zone attack, the Blues, has been terrible, to say the absolute least. As we see, the players are just coming out of the sheds now to get this second half back underway. Rugby league history is in the chat. Laurie Daly isn't a head coach. He demonstrated it last time he was in charge. New South Wales on paper should have won this series easily. I say that as a natural observer. That's in the same thing as Dan at the moment, bro, with much respect. Maroons must score in the first half. Well, just first points is pretty much going to decide this decider, Dan.
Absolutely.
Nathan Cleary, if he can pull this out of the fire, as I said late in that second half, if he can pull this out of the fire, there will be no more discussions about, he's still yet to do it in Origin. If he can do it, that ends. If he doesn't, oh man, it's nightmare stuff. It's haunting stuff for Nathan Cleary if he can't come back. But I think you're right. I think Connor Watson needs to come on inside the first 5 to 10 minutes of this second half, and either play lock or play that hooker role. Just be a more faster link-up man to get out to the edges, to get it to Brian To'o. Zach Lomax has got to see some more ball, man, whether it be him trying to catch one in the air or just giving it to him a little bit earlier. They've got to go hell for leather here at the moment, the Blues, because it just simply hasn't been good enough. But as a biased fan, I'm absolutely elated by that effort that Queensland showed. And, oh, man, can't wait for this game to get back underway. So the 125 people that are in the chat right now, thank you very much for dropping by and saying g'day. I imagine, I assume that a lot of you are from Papua New Guinea. You've stayed here since the very beginning of the stream, so we really, really appreciate it. Keeping those numbers up really, really high. Thank you very much for that. And that's a testament here watching from Papua New Guinea. Definitely think the Maroons will win the decider. Second half, here we go. Sucks to be a Blue right now. Oh, my goodness. All right, then. Well, Dan, I'll leave it to you as the Blues are going to receive in the second half.
Absolutely. So just checking Twitter, and it is going off. Wish I had something to promote. Here we go. The Blues need to do something. They need to start. They need to score in the first 5 minutes. Let's be honest. As the kick goes deep, will it go to Spencer Leniu? Who cares?
Ooh.
Stefano, who drops Ruben Cotter. That's probably the best run I've seen from Stefano all year, and that's not taking the piss. That was a beauty. They're up over the 20 early. I don't know. There just needs to be a penalty or an early kick or something here to get the Blues going as Crichton does a hit up, gets to about the 25, swarmed by Maroons defenders. So go right to Spencer Leniu, who beats one. That's better. You need a roll on. So Robson goes from dummy half, gives it to Isaiah Yeo, who gets up almost to the 50, brought down. 3 men in the tackle every time for Queensland as they go back, and Cleary will put it up on the 5th.
And it's swallowed there by Coates. Just quickly, Herb, listening live in from England. Thank you very much, mate, for tuning in live from England, if you are. Alrighty, so Xavier Coates gets to the 20-metre line. This is Shibasaki now, who so far has had a debut to remember, but he's only able to make a couple of metres on that play there. He plays the ball finally. This is Valentine Holmes now with a great carrier, a strong 8-metre carry to get to the 30-metre line. Maroons, they're running left to right of screen, and Grant passes left infield for Robert Toya, who makes about 6 metres on that play. 4th tackle, play the ball. Grant, left. This is Carrigan, who was arguably the best forward on the field in that first half. Grant goes left, finds Munster, and Munster puts it sky high from halfway.
Drops down. Oh, Edwards doesn't read that well. I'll tell you what, if he isn't 100%, they didn't pick Tedesco, there needs to be something come out about that because that's just not on. The Blues Lomax will take a hit up right up the centre, goes past the 20. I agree. Pat Carrigan's been an absolute monster again. Surprise, surprise. Came on early. That Papali injection was absolutely genius. Does that looks like a bit of a crusher? Where's the penalty? No, there's nothing there. I'm just kidding. Stefano takes a hit up. Beats none. Goes nowhere. Copy, paste. As the Blues. Robson goes from dummy half, makes a half break. Okay, that's a little bit better from the Blues. They're up over halfway now on the 5th tackle. As the ball goes back to Cleary, who puts it up. They won't contest this. It's too deep by the look of it. And Coates takes it.
I don't understand why they're not kicking down the other end, man, to the opposing winger. That's maybe the 7th or 8th time they've kicked to Coates, and it just hasn't been contested. It's been nullified each time. And Holmes is about a foot shorter than Xavier Coates. Holmes plays the ball. Grant goes right, finds Cotter. Cotter, dumped on his hip there by Jerome Luai on the 30-metre line. Grant cut out pass left for Liero, and he's able to fight his way to the 40-metre line. This is last tackle. Maroons are central. Grant passes right to Tom Dearden, who kicks just over the 40-metre line.
He'll go down to Edwards, who takes the ball and will get up to about the 20. That was a 17. He beats one, goes straight through. It's a good run from Edwards. I don't know if I would have taken that. I probably would have preferred the 7 tackle, but Edwards has been busy early on, so no hate there. As Tayo goes for a hit up, crabs sideways and then pushes forward. It's good from Tayo. He's been very good again. I know he's less than 100%. Again, he shouldn't be there if that's true, but he's been very good tonight. As Lomax stumbles and gets up over the 40 on the 3rd tackle. I want to see something a little bit more enterprise here from the Blues. They're chasing the game as Isaiah Yeo hits the line, gets over the advantage line, over the halfway line, 2 on the 4th. This needs to be a big play here as they go into Stefano, who goes left to Cleary, who gives it to Luai, who goes left to Latrell Mitchell, who pushes one away, gets an offload back to Luai. That's better from the Blues. They're caught on the 30th on the last tackle. So Ruben Cotter lays all over him. Cleary put the ball up. They simply have to get there this time. And they won't.
And there's no penalty forthcoming. Good to see Latrell Mitchell just show a bit of fire there. Hammer, told to go back, play the ball, does so. This is Robert Toya. Met very quickly by Liam Martin, and there's another 3 defenders. Len New screaming that Toya lost it. That's not going to be the call. Play the ball on the 20-metre line. Holmes, left. Munster, dummies, and takes the tackle himself. They're getting driven back here. Tell you what, there's a little bit of game 2 in this first 5 minutes here, man. This is Shibasaki, strong carry. Lenu tried to get up and crunch him, but Shibasaki absorbed the impact. 4th tackle, Grant finds Carrigan. Carrigan makes an effective 10-metre carry to the 30-metre line. Again, like the start of the first half, Dan, the Blues, they've started the better inside the first 5 minutes of the second half.
Absolutely, got to make it count as Edwards takes it on the 20 and get up over the 30 comfortably. It's met by Cam Munster in a brilliant tackle. Jeez, he's been good tonight. The Blues will play the ball 32 out as they go right to Lomax, who just hits it up. This is the kind of game the Blues need to play, you know, these couple of tackles, then a bit of enterprise on 3rd, 4th, 5th. As Robson goes from dummy half. Mate beats one. No, good tackle. There's a questionable pass. Goes to Stephen Crichton, who's brought down. Trent Liero again, who has more than justified his selection. I think he's been brilliant. As they go left to Yo, who hits the line, goes to Cleary, who dummies and goes. Okay, that's a bit better. Brought down at the 40 on the 4th tackle. Robson goes from dummy half. Will make easy meters there. That's better again. Here we go, the kick. Will they kick it to no one again? As they go left to Cleary, who's going to put it up towards Valentine Holmes' wing. Latrell Mitchell and the hammer go up. And Latrell wins the ball, knocks it back to Todd forward, and it's brought by Tom Dearden.
Oh, what?
There's a penalty. Hey, they do exist. The Blues get a penalty. I don't know what for, but there's a bit of push and shove in the back. Latrell getting in his face. I wouldn't be doing that at 20-0 down, but what do I know?
It kind of looks like Hammer knocked the ball on anyway. And then Brian Toto got it and then put the kick in on, nearly had a friggin' heart attack, bro.
Yeah, he definitely did. That should have been 6 again. I think the penalty might be a bit of a square up. Don't know what it's for. Don't care at this stage, as the Blues will tap, obviously, and a tap from the 20. Spencer Linu backs into the fence, makes some post-contact meters, get brought down on the 12. He's a bit pushy, shovey. Okay, Blues have come out fired up. That's good to see. Isaiah goes right to Stefano, who's brought down about 5 or 6 meters, just right of the sticks. Reece Robson looks left, goes to Cleary. He gives it to Luai. Luai gets hammered, beats one. Well done from Ruben Cotter, who's been exceptional. Robson hits the line, goes himself, will get brought down. Short. He's about 30 centimetres short. No, I wish I hadn't heard that before. As they play the ball, they go right. Cleary just draws, gives it to Crichton, who squares it up. Settler there, don't like that. They're 10 metres out, right in front. So this is a perfect situation for fifth tackle kick. So Robson goes left to Cleary. Cleary hits it to Luai. Luai finds Angus Crichton, who's brilliantly tackled. 1 metre short. That's better from the Blues, but brilliant last pitch defence there from the Maroons.
Yeah, better footy from both teams, in particular New South Wales Blues. Ghastly's come into the chat and asked what's been happening. He hasn't been watching. Well, what the hell else have you been freaking doing? What else have you been freaking doing, mate? It's been a Maroon whitewash at the moment, bro. Robert Toya is staunched on by 4 Blues defenders. They're still inside their own 10 here, are the Maroons, and this is Val Holmes. He's able to get to that 10-metre line. That's a good carry from him. Second tackle, play the ball. Grant, left, Coates, hopping and then running into the defence. Stop shy of the 20. Grant scoots to the left-hand side, finds Shibasaki. That's a great 12-metre play all in all there, man. Shibasaki gets up, plays the ball on the 30. Grant, this here is Liero, who's worked tirelessly this evening, and he's made an effective 10-metre carry there after spinning out of a tackle. This is last, however. Grant, right, Dearden, kicks just beyond his 40.
We'll go down, he'll hit To'o, 10 metres out. He turns around, brings the ball back. Hits the line. He's brought literally on the 20. It's Connor Watson's warming up on the sideline. It's funny because Reece Robson's had his best couple of minutes the last few, so we'll see what happens there. So Robson's made 41 tackles. I'd be bringing him off. They need to try something. So the ball goes left to Latrell, who makes a half break. Well caught, brought down by Lindsay Collins. Quick play of the ball. It's an absolute shocker. It'll be a penalty because Queensland were all over him. Quick tap? No, pulled it back. Foul play. So Latrell, okay, injected himself there and won a penalty. That's good to see. Oh, I'll tell you what, they should challenge that because that was despicable from Latrell.
Yeah. Handed up very well.
That is a huge square up for something that happened earlier. Couldn't tell you what. And again, I don't care. Latrell taps it. Payne Haas is back on the field. Here you got to imagine he'll play the next 31 minutes plus, well, hopefully extra time if it goes that far. As they're past the 40, they go right to Yo, who gives it to Spencer Leno, who's been good since he comes on, who busts one and goes over the 30. Blues have it right in the middle. As Robson goes left, Cleary hits the line. He's scheming, gives it back to Isaiah Yo. He's brought just short of the 20 on the third tackle. Again, right in the middle. Which way are they going to go? Robson draws, makes a metre, goes into Luai, who gives it to Angus Crichton, who beats one. It's going nowhere. They're about 12 metres out again, right in the middle. As Harry Grant's begging to give away a penalty here. Reece Robson goes right to Cleary. Great ball inside, no, terrible ball. Lost ball from Dylan Edwards, who doesn't look too well.
Yep, and Xavier Coates here, set upon very quickly by Liam Martin. Just going sideways here. So first tackle. And this is Shibasaki now able to advance the ball by just 3 or 4 meters. So the first 10 minutes have gone in this second half, and it's still the same score as it was at halftime, 20 points to 0. This is Big Tino with a great run, 10 meters, and makes about 5 of them post-contact with his back towards the try line. Grant, right, Collins, flat, meets Crichton, fellow Sydney Roosters player, teammate, over the 30-meter line. Fourth tackle, Collins gets up, Grant goes left, Tino gets over the 40, and that's a good return. Grant goes back right, finds Tom Dearden. Tom Dearden kicks it downfield, Dan.
So we go Toto again. New South Wales are winning the battle here in the possession, but they're not doing much field position. Rather, they're not doing much with it. Toto's brought down just short of the 30. Latrell puts his hand out for a run. Heavy contact from Tom Dearden. Very, very good. Plays it back to Edwards, who's been busy but ineffective. Ooh. Speaking of ineffective, passes a couple off there from Lomax.
Good run.
It's better. Luai goes from dummy half. Jinx in, gives it to Latrell, who sends it back wide. There are numbers on the right if they move it quick enough. Cleary goes to Martin, who holds it up. Stephen Crichton's pinned again by Xavier Coates, who may be the best player on the field right now. He's been very good. Plays it back to no one as Cleary gets there just. What is going on for the Blues? Goes left to Payne Haas, who's going to get caught on the halfway line. Jeez, they went a long way to go. Absolutely nowhere there. Goes back to Luai, who'll put a kick up, and it will be uncontested yet again. Drink.
Hammett takes it on his own 10 and gives it to Coates, and Coates gets back to the 20. Just want to say quickly, Steelers Nation Australia putting in $5 towards Wobble and Joy Sports. Thank you so much. 150 people watching. All the best, Sam. Go Seahawks. Subscribe to this bloke. He knows his stuff. I really, really appreciate that, bloke. All right then. So Valentine Holmes plays the ball, third tackle. Grant scoots to the left-hand side, gives it to Munster. Oh, Munster just shy of halfway there. Grant to dummy half, scoots to the right-hand side, gives it right to Tom Dearden. Tom Dearden looked to lose his balance just a little bit there, and he's taken down on the 40. That's some OnlyFans action I'd pay for there, Dan. As Munster puts the ball sky high, bro.
Dylan Edwards goes up, takes it well over the oncoming. He's 20 metres out. The Blues need something here. Obviously, they can't chance their hand too much as they go right on the first tackle. That's a bit more unsurprising. Lomax brought down the 20. It's not been what I thought it would be this second half, that's for sure. As Cleary goes himself and brought down 30 out. I don't know if that's what I'd be looking for. It's Hudson Young is finally on the park with 27. So is Connor Watson. All right, well, there's the two trump cards that should have been on half an hour ago, but better later than never. As the Blues get it up past the 40 as Hudson Young runs straight at Harry Grant. They'll be caught down just before the 50 here. Here comes another bomb to nobody. And, yeah, there it is.
Shibasaki.
Oh, the ball bounces backwards to Connor. Needs to get rid of it. Gives it to Luai, who joins forward. Latrell Mitchell's got a bit of space here. Goes to it. Gives it to Brian Toto. By Tom Dearden. Now, I don't know what's going on here. If he's got it back, Ruben Cotter's dived on the ball and it'll be a repeat set. That was absolute mayhem because that was a terrible kick, a lucky bounce, and brilliance there from Latrell Mitchell.
And Tom Dearden coming in late to save the day, and Ruben Cotter cleaning up the scraps.
Brilliant from Dearden.
Oh, that's a play on.
Too.
Yeah.
So that's a try saver there from Cotter, who's been belted for his efforts. There again, every single 50-50 ball, Queensland are winning. Brilliant there from Tom Dearden, who, I know I said it about Coates a few minutes ago, could be the best player on the field tonight. So Queensland will go long here for sure. No, of course they go short. What do I know? As it pops up to Dylan Edwards, who takes it uncontested. I don't get that. It's 20-0. Just kick long.
You went medium.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he knew what he was doing. They're 20 out right in front, fresh set of 6. So, no, Hudson Young is 6 again is called. Here come the square ups. Goes right up the middle. A ruck infringement, I guess.
Come on, boys.
As they go right to Cleary, goes to the line, turns it inside to Yo, who's well brought down. Great tackle, Harry Grant again. Who gives it?
He's dropped it.
That is as clear a day penalty as you'll ever see. Put him in the bin, you coward. So that's brilliant from Harry Grant. He knows exactly what he's doing there. You coward. As the Blues go left, they tap it quickly, and Payne Haas is brought down just short of the line. Quite frankly, New South Wales have to score here to make a game of this. Robson's in at dummy. Connor Watson's in at dummy half. Bit of a mess there from Luai. Not his fault, though. This goes right. Edwards turned inside. Just a hit up. All right, that'll do, I guess. Harry Grant in the tackle again. Goes left to Cleary, to Luai, to Latrell. Taps on. Brian Toto. There could be a Shepherd there. I don't know if I'd want to score here just quietly. Toto's brought down a metre short. Right on that left-hand wing. Big right-hand shift coming here. Stromuai's given an absolute hospital pass. Does well to pick it up. Cleary gets a good ball away. The bit of ball handling here. Stephen Cleary space and should score here and will. Again, another try as we saw in game 2. Queensland not kicking long from a dropout. I don't get it, Sam.
Yes, absolutely. They should have gone long, but it's since they started the second half, man, they've been throwing a lot of short balls into these little boxes, man. They're getting a lot of passes off very, very quickly, and it's just skittling the Maroons defenders at the moment. And they were able to do enough on the left-hand side and then work its way out. So great passing from from Yo Edwards and then out to Crichton as well, man. So they did a lot of passing. I hope that makes sense. I feel like the Blues have come out in the second half. They've done a lot of short passing down one lane. They've then shifted out to the other, done the same thing. And they just did that consistently towards the left-hand side and then found its way out to the right-hand side where just the Maroons had fatigued. They got skittled. And it's Stephen Crichton that goes over and scores, man.
Does a good finish from Crichton too, because that wasn't easy putting it down with the wrong hand in the corner. It was Lomax to line up. They got to go up.
Back in a second, mate. I'll be back in a sec.
Absolutely. That was brilliantly called there from Sam. The left and right from the Blues. They got nothing to lose. They have to put everything together to get anywhere near this game, but you got to score first to keep it going. So that's good from the Blues. Much better football. There's a crowd in the back. Finally something to cheer. It took them, almost half and a half. I know it doesn't make much sense. As Lomax's line up from the sideline. No such thing as an easy kick. They have to go over, though. Lomax takes a deep breath. Looks good. They go to that camera angle that I hate, over the top. And Lomax nails the kick. Where was that in Origin 2, I hear? But it doesn't matter. That's brilliant from Lomax. The Blues are on the board. It's 20 points to 6 with 23 minutes to go. I don't know if it's quite game on yet, but the Blues needed that. Quite frankly, the game needed that. It was looking like it was going to peter out. So I don't know. Maybe we'll have a good finish here yet. As Sam's gone to do a witch doctor dance, I guess. But that all came off the back of that brilliant last-minute play from Latrell Mitchell to create space and force a dropout. So New South Wales are finally on the board. Took them a long, long time, but 20-6. In this day and age, points come easy, but it's a long way back yet for the Blues. I'm going to sip on the lucky cup because, boy, do we need it. Cam Munster's yelling. It's good to see. He's been very, very good tonight. They go to the coach's box and Josh Hannay looking hopeless. Laurie Daly looking hopeless. Not a fan of either, in case you couldn't tell. Max King talking on the walkie-talkie. It's good to see. It's Queensland kickoff. It's taken by the Blues. Brian Toto will just run it up himself. He's met, but gets past the 10. As we welcome Sam back on his channel. As the Blues go right to Angus Crichton, who's been a little bit better in the second half. He's driven backwards, but that's all right. That was just good defence. Payne Haas puts his hand up for a run. Geez, we need him in a big, big way now as he's up over the 20. Good defence here from Queensland. So look at the meter here. It is Toto and Edwards, 1-2. To nobody's surprises. Hudson Young goes for a run. It's driven into the turf, 30 metres. As Connor Watson goes from dummy half, gets to the 40. That's better. Papali's back on. They'll go right. Cleary puts the kick up. Looks like it'll be met by Hammer.
Oh, and Hammer misses one tackle, but is then met by Hudson Young coming back again late with a swinging arm. Holy moly. Call it touchy. You've been useless all friggin' night. All right, Xavier Coates now puts the foot down and gets to the 30-metre line here. I'm starting to worry a little bit, but anyway, we've got Shibasaki now with the hit up, cutting back against the grain. They've made less than 20 metres here so far in this set. This is third tackle. Munster gives it to Papali'i, and he's met there very quickly and nicely, effectively by both Crichton and Martin. Fourth tackle, they go back left. This is Big Tino now. Makes about 6 or 7 metres there. They're right on halfway. And Grant goes left down the short side and Munster puts it sky high. Is this going to be contestable? It kind of will. Oh, just. But Hammer's there to clean up Edwards.
Good take from Edwards with Hammer on rushing. That can't be a fun sight as a fullback. So the Blues will go up over the 20 through Lomax, who's been busy again, but has seen almost no space. Plays it back to Connor Watson, who passes it into the Queensland player. You're not allowed to do that anymore. He'll get a penalty because what else can you do? But I don't like that. As Munster's there saying, hey, mate, what about the new rule? But to be honest, who was it? Kurtman was there. Okay, whatever. I suppose it had to be. Penalty for New South Wales. We'll take it. We need a few leg ups at this stage. I'll kick the ball over the halfway and New South Wales will start a fresh set deep inside Queensland territory. As Liam Martin does a hit up. Wow, never thought I'd say those words. He's up over the 40. See, when I bag players, they play really well, so you all suck. All the Blues suck. As Isaiah Yeo puts the foot down, goes up over the 30. They're definitely not going to score here because they're so shit, is what I'm going to say. As the ball goes right to Cleary, who hits the line, finds Edwards. He's well handled by Shibasaki, who, again, has been very, very good tonight. Puts him on his backside. As Watson goes left to Cleary, who's yet to stamp this one yet. Goes to Payne Haas, good option. He's up over the 20 looking for the offload. Papali, he says, not today, young man. 20 metres out, right in front. The Blues go left. Luai screaming. Gives it to Latrell, who beats one. He's brought down just short, will just stay in, and gets thrown over late. What's the call here? You'd think that's a penalty. No, he's calling it back. He called held. That's, well, good decision from Ashley Klein. Again, never thought I'd say that. Azui puts a cheeky little kick in. Hammer bats it back. And, mate, if they go short here, so help me God, I will be as bold as you in 2 minutes' time.
Thanks for the drive-by. Oh, thanks for the drive-by. Oh, but, yeah, no, I'm hoping that friggin' they go long as possible, man. I know you got Xavier Coates, Superman out there on the left, but you just got to kick it as far as you freaking can, Maroons.
It was brilliant there from Hammer as Cleary was right there. Hey, they go long. And survives. It's going to find space and bounce up over the 50. As here comes Isaiah Yeo. Easy meters here. He'll get back to... Oh, he's met Aquino. Spins, makes the meters back up. Good return. They'll get it from the 40. That's better from Queensland, though. As they give it to Payne Haas, who's been busy, as he should be. Makes another 10 metres. He's been big again. Thank you, Ghastly. There's not much left, mate, so I need to hold it as much as I can. They go right to Hudson Young, who looks to Cleary. Bit of space there as Edwards draws. Couple of metres. They're at the 20 now. Third tackle. Way out on the sideline. Big shift coming here is there. So they go to Cleary. He gives it to Watson. Turns inside to Luai. And again, Payne Haas with the settler. Nice offload there as Watson goes left, right, left. He's going nowhere. He steps. No one buys it, but that's better. That's better than the Blues. Up to the 20 as they go right to Cleary, who dummies and goes himself. 10 metres out, fifth tackle right in front of the sticks. Luai has to produce something here. Oh, no, the kick will come from Hudson Young.
Knock on. They've knocked it on anyway.
I believe so, but Brian Toto...
Why? They knocked it on.
Brian Toto's got the ball and we'll get headgear. That has to be a high tackle. He's hit him literally high.
Yeah, but it was knocked on in the first place. Yeah, go on, challenge it and let it go back. Oh, but Mitchell versus Papa.
That looked like a knock-on from the Blues, I have to say. But I don't know, maybe they saw something that we didn't see.
They haven't been seeing the same thing we've been seeing all fucking night, Dan.
It's not untrue. We're just waiting for a replay here. As Ashley Klein says, there's something in it. Ty looks confident here. I don't know. I definitely saw a knock on. It's Hudson Young kicks. Don't know if that's the play. It's not played out by Cotter. No, I think their knock on comes here. So it's gone past Luai. Hudson Young's bent down to pick it up and clearly knocks the ball on. I don't get what they're challenging.
But what do we know, Dan?
What a complete and utter waste of time. Challenge unsuccessful. What were they watching? As we look at this, it was a really high tackle, but it'll count for nothing because it should never have got that far. And Papali and Latrell Mitchell discussing what they're going to get on the way home.
A Cam McInnes level challenge, mate.
Yeah, terrible.
Terrible. All right, so Big Papa now. All right, let's refocus here. All right, so Big Papa stopped a couple of meters over the 20-meter line. There's 17 minutes to go. Oh, Valentine Holmes said, I'll nearly freaking do it here. Big tackle, though. 17 minutes. Third tackle. Grant scoots to the left-hand side. Passes left to Munster. If he scores tonight, man, oh, my goodness. Oh, sorry, that's Kurt Mann. I apologise. Struth. This is Big Tino. And he gets up over halfway by about 7 or so meters. Great post-contact meters from him. This is last tackle. Grant goes right, finds Dearden, kicks from 5 meters inside Blues territory.
We'll go to Edwards. Now, Kurt Mann and Cam Munster are standing side by side, and they are the same person. Dead set.
I've got to chuck my glasses on again.
Yeah, oh, mate, I don't need them, and I can't tell the difference. As Lomax hits it up over the 20, 16 minutes to go. If this is going to be a game, it's going to have to happen very soon for the Blues. As they go right to Stephen Crichton, who gets monstered in the tackle, although does turn and gets past the 30. It's good from Crichton. Plays the ball back. Isaiah Yeo with a hit up, goes left. Bit of here. So go to Brian Toto, who's in a bit of space.
Oh, didn't.
Cross. He's been very good in defence. Brings Toto down. That's much better from the Blues. They're up to the 30 now. Ball goes inside to Jerome Luai. Go right. They just got to keep it going right. Cleary gets the ball out to Crichton. Queensland recover well. Crichton kicks early for God knows what reason. That'll be a 7-tackle set, will it? No, it'll sit up.
Go, Coates!
Coach is going to
go, Coates! Wow. Coates edges the field to play it through the posts. Man, I think Coates is well up in top to be man of the match tonight, bro. Oh, and there's some massive contact by Young, potentially high on Cotter. And Hammer gets the ball, has a hit up. It's third tackle. They're still inside their own 20 here, are the Maroons. Grant goes right to Papa. That was a very flat pass. And Papa makes a great 20-meter carry. Plays the ball. Grant, right. This here is Kurt Mann. Makes an effective 12 meters himself up towards the 40-meter line. That's a great get-out-of-jail set from Queensland as Tom Dearden kicks from his own 40. Oh, man. Whoa.
Good kick. Has to, Dylan Edwards had to say that from a potential 40-20. We'll get back to his 20 in the middle of the field. Well done from the Blues fullback. As Lomax brings the ball up over the 20. They can't get an arm wrestle here, the Blues. They're 14 points down. They're going to have to do something crazy. So the ball goes right out to Nathan Cleary, who dummies and just hits the line. It's better. You got to see something from Cleary. You got 14 minutes, mate. Prove me wrong, please. As Watson gives the ball to Liam Martin, who hasn't been side of 15 minutes. I genuinely don't know if he's been on the park. That's not a shot, but it also should be. As they go left to Isaiah Yeo, who dummies and goes. It's out to Luai. Crichton smashed. 40 out. Luai's going to put the ball up. They have to contest this kick.
Oh.
It is not back, but well done, Queensland.
Yeah, they did it. They did it. But great positioning by Harry Grant. So that's a play the ball. This is Kirk Capewell. And he's able to, no, he's getting driven back. And he'll play the ball eventually on his own 20. 14 minutes remaining. Capewell plays the ball. Hammer goes left down the short earth side with Xavier Coates. And Coates has stopped just shy of the 30. Grant passes right in field for Munster. Munster decides Collins, come back under me. And he goes over the 30 by a few meters. This is Kurt Mann. Over the 40 he goes. And that's Connor Watson and Hudson Young that take him down. And now this is Munster kicking from right on halfway, mate.
As Edwards will take the ball 10 metres out. Just had a quick look on Twitter, so about 400 notifications. Everyone's saying that Luai's been fine and Cleary's been terrible. I think they're watching the wrong game just quietly. But again, what do I know? As Brian Toto takes it up over the 20, goes to a great run from Toto. They've been saying Edwards is worse on field. I honestly don't know what game people watch sometimes. As the Blues go left through Angus Crichton, who's up over the 30, they've got to look for some offloads. There's got to be some second phase plays. 12 minutes to go on an Origin decider, and they're doing hit-ups. Spencer Leno breaks one, gets past halfway. Much better from Spencer. I don't know where he's been. Holds the ball just about as Cleary goes right. Bad read from Coates, who's blaming the referee for some reason.
Come on, get off him, Young. Get off him, Lomax. Shibasaki. Was that a one-on-one strip that went backwards? Holy smokes, Shiba. Kirk Capewell now advances from the point by about 4 or 5 meters here. 12 minutes remaining. 20 points to 6 in favour of Queensland. This is Xavier Coates now, up over the 40 and makes about 5 post-contact meters there. Boy, howdy. Coates plays the ball for Grant. Grant goes right to Munster, right to Dearden, right to Hammer on halfway. He puts the foot down, gives it to Toya, flicks it back to Casper, and it's Toto that takes the intercept.
Exceptional from there. So there's been some funny tweets. I'll read them out in a second. But the Blues must do something here. So they get
No,
the
they
ball forward.
don't.
Dylan Edwards, who again has reportedly been the worst player on the field, despite that being abhorrently untrue, takes it up to halfway. As the Blues go right, it's a good ball. Hudson Young, great take. He's been exceptional since he come on. As the Blues go back 20 minutes, throw the most
Ford!
See, what game are they watching? Seriously, Payne Haas threw that 3 meters forward. The Blues have lost 20 meters there, but they shouldn't have the ball. That's fucking disgusting, refereeing, Sam. I don't know. Are they trying to get the Blues back into the game? And I don't say that lightly. Stephen Crichton gets up over halfway. If they score here, geez, there'll be plenty made about that. Correctly so. As Isaiah Yeo goes left to Jerome Luai, who puts it through the hands. Another forward pass to Brian To'o, who's brought down. Now, they got that one. That was about 4 meters less forward than the last one. But whatever. At least they got that. Mate, I can't describe that. Like, I want the Blues to be in this game, and Payne Haas threw that NFL-style forward. It should have been a penalty. It was that far forward. And all three touch judges and referees just stood there and went, not good enough at this level.
It's not, man. It's not. But what is very good is that there's over 205 people watching us live right now, Dan. That's a record. I think that's a record, man. So thank you very much, guys. Thank you. That's insane. As Queensland win the scrum on their own 40. And if that's Shibasaki, yeah, I think that might be. No, it's Coates. I apologize. I think Coates might be man of the match, mate. Trent Liero comes back towards the ruck. Blues, however, they're getting up fast and heavy at the moment. So 10 minutes remaining. The Blues got to score in the next 5 minutes here, but Queensland, they got to play some footy here too. I don't know if they've had to play the ball inside the Blues opposition 20 all half just quietly, bro. The territory has been bloody 80-20 just about, bro. Lindsay Collins now plays the ball on the Blues 30-meter line. They go left for Dearden, left to Munster, left to Kirk Capewell, spins and beats one man and gets tackled on the 20. And this is the last tackle here. Kirk Capewell looks... he's
uneasy.
He's lost a front beaver.
Oh, my God. That is not good.
I think he's lost a front beaver.
This is going to have to be a penalty at some stage, you believe.
Ooh.
Oh, no, it's just a head clash. There's nothing wrong with it. Doesn't mean
No.
Cut in, thank God.
Oh.
Wear your mouth guards, kids.
Absolutely. I don't know how you couldn't. I don't know how you couldn't, man.
His mouth guards just saved his entire front row of teeth.
All right, he'll be modelling for Playboy tomorrow, or Playgirl tomorrow, actually. So the kick is put up. Hammer's chasing, but it's taken well by Luai.
Luai is... so I have it on good authority that Laurie Daly's halftime speech was go out and do that for Bulldog Richie's 100th game that he's covering. And New South Wales have come out and played like shit, as Bulldog deserves. So just quietly, the Blues have got the ball up over the 10 metres.
But Bulldog Richie, fuck that dude, man.
Yeah, well, damn straight.
Sorry, man.
See these, Bulldog? These are shoulders. Go find some. Anyways, the Blues going absolutely nowhere here. 8 minutes to go. Bypass Payne Haas goes left. Luai, there's got to be numbers here somewhere. Okay, it's their hands go up from the Blues. I don't get it. Quick play the ball. Kick on the 4th from Cleary. What is he doing?
Oh, Hammer takes it. He flipped it. Oh, he got to halfway. And Latrell Mitchell puts him in the wheelbarrow. And Latrell Mitchell's gone down because of friendly fire. What the hell happened there, dude? Mitchell copped a headbutt from his teammate. Grant goes right from dummy half, finds Kurt Mann. Kurt Mann tackled 20 metres out. They've had no territory in the second half, Queensland, but they've defended their asses off. Dearden left to Munster.
Oh, there's a kick out. Hammer's kicked the throw right in the nuts. He should be suspended on Friday night for that.
Oh, Nutgate. Oh, Munster with ball in hand. Wink, wink. All right, this is Collins now. He goes straight and hard. Oh, Jesus, Dan, that is not good from Hammer. Grant scoots to the left, finds Munster on the 4th tackle. This is Hammer now. Latrell Mitchell's just warming up his left boot to kick into his groin. Grant at dummy half on the last tackle. Finds Munster, puts in the grubber kick. It's bounced. Oh, offside! That's offside, isn't it? That's offside, ref!
Accidental, so it's 6 again.
So Dearden in the dummy half, goes right, finds Munster, he puts the foot down, spins, but Mitchell just hangs on to him. There's less than 7 minutes remaining. I'll update the clock momentarily. Toya, rainbow ball for Dearden. Left, way out left for Grant. Left out for Hammer, left out for Shibasaki. Shibasaki fends away from Crichton. Gets the pass out left to Coates, if you don't mind. Coates, latched onto by Crichton. Second tackle, Hammer, goes right. Dearden, running. Passing right to Liero, and he just centralises the Queensland attack. Third tackle, Grant runs to the right-hand side, passes right to Dearden, dummies, goes himself. Queensland win the 2025 State of Origin Series. Yes! Well done, Queensland.
Tom Dearden, mate, an absolute masterstroke. He's been wonderful the last 2 games, and good on him too. I'm a huge fan of his. But it all goes back to yet another terrible kick on the 4th from Nathan Cleary, who will have his defenders, and I'm sick of hearing it. This guy's not an Origin footballer. Latrell Mitchell tackles absolutely no one, having a nightmare game. But Tom Dearden, what a play.
They've had no football down that end, Dan. None.
No, that's the first set they've had.
But Hammer, it probably shouldn't have been in that situation. It probably should have been a penalty for the Blues.
There was a strike there, but, you can probably find 5 or 6 things that have gone the Blues' way too. I think you hear more about that, and I joke because we play them on Friday night. But if he's not suspended on Friday night, that is legitimately not good. But more on that later. Mate, Maroons have been 20 points better tonight, and it looks like that's the way it might end up with 5 minutes to go.
244 people are in the chat right now. Struth Almighty, thank you very much for the continual support, guys. Tom Dearden, a try-scoring double. He is definitely in my top 3 in this game tonight. I think Xavier Coates is also in the top 3, and I think Harry Grant is probably in my top 3 as well, man. That's probably my podium at this stage of the game, man. But a big shout-out to Pat Carrigan for his stint, particularly in that first half. And Val Holmes shoots. Oh, he slipped. Well, 3 converted tries in 5 minutes for the Blues to make this a draw and have them retain the shield, because I don't think there's any golden point, Dan, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it goes to extra time, I believe.
Don't you talk to me like that.
Doesn't matter anyways, mate. The Blues don't look like they're going to score. There was 1 accidental try. It's hard to win Origin games when you go out and play as badly as New South Wales have. But full credit to Queensland. I think Dearden might have just nabbed man of the match for me. But Xavier Coates has been breathtakingly good. Munster's been good. Grant, they're just hammer. It's been fantastic from the Maroons as the Blues go short.
And it's Coates that takes it. And they've just had the wrong game plan all night, kicking to Coates. Why kick to the best leaper and catcher in the game, man? And there's a strip by Hudson Young, Dan.
There you go. Hudson Young, mate. Wish they played him in his preferred position over Liam Martin, but anyways, it's an argument for tomorrow. The Blues, they need to score here. I mean, duh. Thank you, Captain Daniel, obvious. The Blues go left to Isaiah Yeo, who hits the ball up, keeps it going left. They just got to keep going left. What the hey? Latrell Mitchell runs hard, and Toto's hammered, loses the ball, and Valentine Holmes has the ball.
Oh, he made about 10 meters off of that error as well. Dearden went to dummy half and passes left infield for Robert Toya, who's done what an extraordinary Origin series for Robert Toya, man. For a youngster, 19 years old thereabouts, and he's now going to be a part of an Origin winning series. And on the opposite side of the coin as well, Shibasaki in his debut tonight. Here's Jeremiah Nanai with his first touch of the game.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, 3.5 minutes remaining. Gee, Struth. Grant, long pass infield left for Loiero, and this is 4th tackle. And Loiero plays the ball. Grant scoots to the right-hand side, gives it to Dearden. Oh, Blues, they're gone. Dearden plays the ball. Grant left. Munster and just drives it into touch with 3 minutes remaining.
Bejesus out of it. And good on him. Good on Cam Munster. He's a wonderful player. Had a rough week off the field, but there's no big game player, let's be honest. And we haven't seen that from Nathan Cleary. We've seen that from Cam Munster many, many years in a row. Cleary will go to dummy half and pad his stats. Lomax has been busy, but let's face it, not particularly good tonight. So Watson goes left to Luai, who dummies and is left it way too late. I think Brian To'o's probably been the best for the Blues, mate. But outside of that, you'd be hard-pressed to find anyone who would go anywhere near a Queensland player. There's Edwards, who's been busy, but again, all stats, no real substance. As they get up to halfway, as Connor Watson goes left and Cleary's monstered again by Harry Grant, who you called earlier, has been exceptional. The ball, they'll put a bomb up, and it will be it will be contested. Wow. Force a habit of God, Jesus.
Jeremiah Nene in the right spot at the right time, gets the intercept pass from the Blues, plays the ball about 6 short of halfway, pass left infield, Munster dummying and dancing nut, but Hudson Young, since he's come on the paddock, has been great. I reckon anyway, bro, but
he's been great, mate. He should have started.
Absolutely. And Capewell gets to halfway. He's going to be sick and sorry, and I don't think he'll be backing up for the Warriors this weekend. Grant goes right. This is Liero. Out the back right to Dearden. Right to Holmes. There's some space here from 40 metres down. He absolutely torches. Oh, but not Ashley Klein. Oh, nah. Holmes is forward pass. There's a challenge. Munster.
He scored a penalty. It must be Zachel Mitchell falls over. Looks like there's an impeded defender here. Spot on about the Queensland defence. They've been real good. New South Wales have thrown, I won't say plenty, but a fair bit at them.
So Nene.
Oh, Nene runs straight into
Mitchell.
Well, there you go. One look.
Ooh.
It's fair enough. How quick's Val, though? What a man. I should hate Val, but I just can't. I can't bring myself to do it.
Hey, Dan, just for you, I have a surprise for you.
Uh-oh. Hey, Terry.
Hey. What's going on, Dan?
Mate, you tipped the Blues. I tipped Queensland. Get out of here, you fraud.
Look, it's the reverse psychology, Dan. It's the reverse. You were talking this up. You said it was going to be 3-0, and Sam and I are going to have a toast on your grave tomorrow night, mate.
Look, absolutely. The Blues go left as he's, I hope. Man, how bad's Luai been? There's people on Twitter that are telling me Dylan Edwards has been the worst player on the field. I swear there's a cult protecting Jerome Luai, who flat chat sucks.
I have my 3-2-1 for Queensland as Jerome Luai, Dylan Edwards, Zach Lomax in any order. Zach Lomax has been absolutely dreadful. He's the one that I've been firing strays at.
Completely fair. As Luai goes left and will get a try assist here, and everyone will go, "Oh, yay!"
All right, fellas. I'm gonna enjoy this. I'm gonna save this moment and not share it with you, Daniel. But I'll see you tomorrow, Sam. And
yes.
I'm out.
Thanks, Terry.
Thanks, mate.
And guess what? I don't think that was a try. Have they called it? Confirmed it?
Looks like it. I think everyone's just bored at this stage.
Yep.
Yeah, look, people will go, "Oh, Luai had a try assist." Yeah, well.
Yeah.
He's been so shit, man. I'm so sick of people wanting Nico Hines to, go to Mars because he's, lost that Origin game. And New South Wales are coming in as $1.40 favourites, shit the bed, rolled in it, created a shit soup and gone num, 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 and everyone's giving me excuses why that's okay. Like, come on.
Yep. I can't believe that Queensland were $3 outsiders to start the game, man.
Crazy. As Lomax converts it, not that it matters, but could have used that in game 2, mate.
And that's it. Queensland, they have come back from an embarrassing defeat in game 1 in front of the home fans up at Suncorp. They've had to go to Perth to win their first ever game in Perth to get the series back to level pegging. And now they've had to go to Sydney for a decider, and they've come away with the State of Origin shield. That is going to be one of the more talked about Queensland victories throughout all of State of Origin history, man. That is an unbelievable effort to come back from what was an awful performance in game one. As a Queenslander, absolutely elated. And it still blows my mind. It's absolutely stunning. And there's shots of Cameron Munster. He is clearly emotional. Wow, what a week for him, man. Good on him. Jesus. Yeah, Dan, what more can you say?
Brilliant to see everyone's getting around Munster. It's obviously, as you said, an emotional week. It's good to see. Like, both teams are getting around him, which is, some things are bigger than football. Mate, Queensland were exceptional tonight. They played their best footy and New South Wales didn't. And that's what happens in a decider. The best team often wins, and they did tonight. A lot of you made about where New South Wales went wrong, and trust me, I'll be leading that charge. But Queensland were just too good tonight. I thought Tom Dearden was the best player in the park. The Papali'i selection was absolutely brilliant. How about the Stones on Billy Slater to call in a rookie in Shibasaki in a decider away from home and say, go out there and do your best, mate? And I thought he was very, very good tonight. We saw Robert Toya picked early, and Latrell Mitchell would have been licking his lips. And I'm still waiting for him to get on top of him. Yeah, he got a couple of stats there at the end. As Max King only played one thing of football, I'll tell you what, I'm going to wrap Queensland. But Laurie Daly needs to be sacked an hour and a half ago. That was one of the worst coaching performances I've ever seen. And this is coming from someone who had to endure Brad Fittler for way too many years. The bloke was despicably shit in his first stint, came in because his mates picked him, let's call a spade, and because of the Craig Bellamy influence, picked a team that anyone who's ever watched a game of rugby league knew wasn't the best team. Everyone still thought they would be better. This is, as Terry said, he genuinely thought that it was going to be 3-0. Like, he joked it would be 4-0 because it would be such a flogging, such as the gap in talent. Look, on paper, perhaps. But you go out there tonight, you play that game 5 more times. I reckon Queensland win 4.5 out of the 5. And it's because Laurie Daly has picked the team. He's ignored Terrell May, who's the second best forward in the game right now. And I'm sick of people bagging this guy. I don't care what he's done off field. I can name 6 players on that field that have got worse raps than whatever Terrell May's supposedly done that were very, very good tonight. And one of them might be man of the match, just quietly. You don't pick good blokes. You want blokes out there that'll fucking die for the jersey. And I didn't feel like one player other than Brian Toto out there did that for New South Wales. Mate, congrats to Queensland. Congrats to you. Thanks for having me on. Honestly, this has saved my night because I have 325 notifications and I've made about 4 tweets tonight. So I know I'm walking into it good, bad, or indifferent, mate. Great fun, but there is no chance I'm coming on next year unless it's 2-0 and we call the third because it's like Lucky Cup. 0-2 on the show.
Yeah, yes it is. Yes, it is 0-2. And your bag of crisps as well. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. No, you're gone. But also, man, what's your opinion on what I'm about to say here, man? Blues just talked some smack. They talked way too much smack in the lead up to game 2 and game number 3, I thought. The Aaron Woods situation, I just feel like New South Wales really put the bait in for Queensland. And yeah, Queensland took it, but they went, yeah, all right, you want to talk this smack? Well, we're going to walk the walk. I don't know. I just feel like the Blues just talked way too much smack in the lead up to game 2 and game 3, mate.
Yeah, look, Daly's going to come out and he's going to get on the front foot tonight and say that we didn't underestimate them. We didn't this, we didn't that. They did. Like, it's as clear as day. They didn't want it anywhere near as much as Queensland. And that's what annoys me. Again, I go back to the Sharks because I see it week in and week out. I see a much better team on paper than 3 or 4 teams we've lost to. Just go out there and every single 50-50 ball out there, Queensland were there. We saw even late on when New South Wales were chasing points, Queensland were there taking in interception. They were there getting the ball. It was bouncing. They were the one who looked like they were going to score late on other than that Toto try, which won't be remembered for anything other than stats.
Yep.
They got it wrong. Their attitude sucked, and it goes back to the idiot who's in charge, the coach, Laurie Daly. Now, I want to know, full disclosure, they'll never see this, but I want to know who made that decision and why. And you call me, I'll give you my number, you call me, and I'll tell you why you're a fucking idiot. Because anyone could see this was going to happen. Billy Slater, look, he's not a brilliant coach. Like you can't convince me he is. But he's a bloke who picked players on form. And Sam, how many times has that worked in Origin? What, literally every year ever? And we got a bloke who picked Stefano because, my mate Craig Bellamy told me he trains hard. A bloke that kicked Max King and gave him 2 games of one stint. He picked Hudson Young, who's arguably the form back row of the competition, and sat him down for Liam Martin, who I'm going to call it now. He sucks. He's the most overrated player in the game. Again, okay, I know he had a good grand final, but this is a bloke who averages 50 metres and had one good game, and everyone's like, such a big game player. Where the fuck was he tonight? Nothing. Like, nothing. You had Reece Robson, who's offered nothing all year. He's ignored Api Coruscant, who's the best attacking number 9. You got Blake Brayley, who's clearly number 2. And then when the game was going down the shit, he just sat there with that stupid look on his face going, oh, what's going wrong? The team you pick sucks and you can't coach. That's what went wrong. So, yeah, I think they got it wrong from start to finish. Next year, he needs to not be the coach, but whoever does come in is hopefully not Brad Fittler or Laurie Daly. Mate, go pick – there's some dog shit in the front. Go put him in charge because he didn't do any worse than this garbage. And put the shutters up so that we're not talking to anyone. Just no. You want a storyline? Go get it from some writer from Zero Tackle. Go ask Dan. He'll give you a line. We're not saying anything because the one thing you can't do is poke Queensland with a stick because they're the big dog who will bite you as they've done 1,000 times in a row. Mate, New South Wales don't get Origin. I know they hate when I say it, but prove you get Origin. Go out and win a decider when it actually matters.
Yep. You're exactly right. That's exactly how I feel like this entire series has panned out, and that's how it's bitten them in the ass. Is that they have poked New South Wales have poked Queensland at every opportunity, and it's really come back to bite them. And we're just seeing now that Tom Dearden has been given the player of the match. I can't argue against it. I'd probably have Xavier Coates as second, and then Harry Grant as third. That's how I would do it, man. But that is a fantastic series victory for Queensland, man. That's like a top 20, I'd say. Not top 10 of all time, but that's got to be up there for them, man, in like the top 20 or thereabouts. Well, that's it. Let's leave it there, man. Dan, thank you so much for your company tonight and for the Game 2 company as well, man. It's always a pleasure hanging out with you. Thank you to everybody that came in and viewed the stream. We got to about 244 people in the chat. Holy smokes. And please, everybody that's still in the chat right now, please go like and subscribe to Rugby League Outlaws and Wobble Enjoy Sports. We're going to get out of here, but Queensland, they win the 2025 State of Origin series. Go Queensland. And Dan, I'm seeing you this weekend.
Yes, you are, mate. Can't wait.
I'll see you this weekend. See you guys later.